Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up, everybody? We in the building, man. We got the Coach Me Coach podcast back. I know most people are thinking, well, Coach, what happened to Colorado Tuesdays? Well, they kind of been taken off the shelf. We kind of shelved that a little bit. And we're going to get into more college football things here on the channel. Talk about different topics around the nation when it comes to college football and different things that's happening. We got a lot of good things to talk about today. This is going to be the format of the show. We're going to have a good time, man. We're going to chop it up. Let me know how y'all like the new look and all that other good stuff, and we'll get it rocking and rolling. But like I said, man, we here to have a good time, and we're going to be here, and we're opening the phone lines as well and all that other good stuff. But like I said, we're going to talk some football, man. As you know, on this channel, I love to talk football. I love to talk about different things, but I also love to talk about college football. I really do. So as you come on in, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Let me see here. Oh, supposed to put the comments up. All right. So real quick, as we got our topics for the day, we got our topics for the day. Let's pop those up here. We'll talk about the Heisman candidates, man. Early Heisman candidates out here have been a little underwhelming. The college candidates, the Heisman candidates this year, when you look at college football as a whole and how I look at it this year, I don't see one guy that's popped off the screen, like popped off the stage. You know what I mean? You had, of course, the Cam Ward. You had the Shador. You had the Travis Hunters. You had even the Dylan Gabriels and so forth. And they really kind of popped off the screen, right? Everybody was talking about them. This year is very bland right now. And, as you look around college football, you watch these games. To me, there's no clear front runner. There's no clear front runner whatsoever. And here's what's interesting. I was looking at, I believe it was Sports Illustrated, and they have their this is early ranking now. I mean, come on, it's week 11, so let's not really trip. But right now, Julian Sayin from Ohio State is the front runner right now. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana is second. Ty Simpson from Bama is third. Marcel Reed from Texas A&M is fourth. And Trinidad Chambers, the backup quarterback from Ole Miss, is fifth. Now, here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about this whole deal. If you go look at their rankings, and I looked at NCAA.com based on their stats and their yards. Right now, Julian Sayin is the 19th ranked quarterback, and he's ranked number one for the Heisman. Fernando Mendoza is the 22nd ranked quarterback. Ty Simpson is the 20th. Marcel Reed is the 41st ranked quarterback. The 41st. And then Trinidad Chambers is the 34th ranked quarterback. I'm looking at the running back room as well, trying to say, well, you know what, man, let's look at some of these other cats from the running back room. And right now, I mean, you only have currently right now 2,000-yard rushers so far. You have Cam Cook from Jacksonville State, which we know he's not going to get it. And then you have Emmett Johnson. Most of y'all don't even know who that is. He's a running back from Nebraska. Other than that, the fourth best, you have Robert Henry is the third at UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio. And then Ahmad Hardy from Mizzou. Jeremiah Love is number 6 in the rushing. I mean, it's no real front runners when it comes to this. So I would love to hear in the chat. Like, who can you think of right now? If you had to pick the Heisman, everything was over right now. Who would you, if you were a voter, who would you vote for? Seriously. And when I look at the receiving room, my man Danny Scudero from San Jose State got 1,000 yards receiving. UConn has another receiver, Skylar Bell, with 994 yards. Then Rutgers, the Rutgers receiver, KJ Duff, has 854. Chris Brazil from Tennessee, 808. I mean, there is really no guy like how Jeremiah Smith, kind of took over the scene last year from the receiving room. Even Jordan Tyson, everybody was talking about him. He's not even up here. Jeremiah Smith is ranked 12th right now, and this is all based on yardage. I don't see, and Chris Bell from Louisville is up there. Cooper Barcady, if I'm saying that right, from Duke. Can't stand Duke, but I mean, there's really no clear front runner in this deal. And I would love to hear, if you had to make a decision right now, who would you pick? Who would you pick? Because if you go look at the passing, who they have right now, and nobody's really even talking about the Baylor quarterback. Baylor's quarterback, 62%, 2,780 yards. He's got 26 touchdowns, right? Let's see who has the most touchdowns right now. Right now, he has 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana has 25 and 4 interceptions. And then Julian Saint has 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, I can't think of another year where we don't really have a star that has popped off the screen and kind of become the face of college football. Everybody and their mom last year, of course, was talking about Travis Hunter, was even talking about Jeremiah Smith. They talked about the Shador in the race, the Cam Ward in the race. I can't think of anybody that just pops off the tape and I'm like, okay, that dude is a clear front runner. A clear front runner. I just don't see it. So, like I said, it'd be very interesting to find out what that is and what that would look like. Also today, I want to talk about the playoff prediction, right? They put the playoff prediction out, and this is as of November 2nd, the NCAA has put this out. This is on their website right now, and I'll see if I can put this on the screen. Let me see if I can add this to the screen. Now, we got a little new format, so you got to bear with me just a tad bit, y'all. Y'all shaky. Y'all help your boy out a little bit. All right. Right now, you have Ohio State would be the 1 seed. Texas A&M would be the 2 seed. The 3rd seed would be Indiana, and the 4th seed would be Alabama. Now, here's what's important about this. It's not like last year where if you won the conference, you got to skip and had the bye week. It's still going to be ranked on the top 4 rankings. So, for example, Alabama, just for argument's sake, could win the conference championship, but be ranked number 5 and would have to play week 1. I hope that all kind of makes sense, right? Or let's say, let's take Georgia, for example. Let's just say Georgia was to beat Alabama in the conference championship, but they still end up being ranked number 5 and Alabama ends up being ranked number 4 for whatever reason. They're still going to take the top seed. So even though you got beat in the conference championship, because you were still ranked higher, you still get a bye week. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I don't know why, but I'm going back to what I said before. I just believe that the conference championship should be round 1 of the playoffs. Just that simple. Make that round 1 of the playoffs. Or if you're a conference champion, push it back a little bit, right? Y'all 2 get the bye week. Let them play in week 2, and let the other dudes that's ranked below y'all, let them play week 1. Let the conference championship be week 2 or whatever else the case may be. That's just how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know why they can't seem to find a method that, I guess if you want to call it fair, or as fair as you possibly can make it. I don't understand, like, in regards to how hard this is. And it's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard of a deal. It really is not. It really is not. Now you look at currently right now, the 5th seed would be Georgia. The 6th seed would be BYU, who's still undefeated. The 7th seed is Ole Miss, and this is as of November 2nd. The 8th seed would be Texas A&M. 9th seed would be Oregon. 10th seed would be Texas. And the 11th seed would be Virginia, and the 12th seed would be Memphis. Now, if you watch college football like I watch college football, you clearly know, you clearly understand that this right here is going to change. You know that this is going to change. And it's going to change drastically. Some people are going to be catching some L's real quick, if you understand. All right? And then also, let's talk about some of these coach firings, okay? When I look at the coach firings, and we know what this has been, we know that, guys like Deshaun Foster lost his job over at UCLA. You got guys who, let me see who else they got. Billy Napier at Florida, Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, Trent Dilfer over at UAB, Brian Kelly at LSU, James Franklin at Penn State, who else? Sam Pittman at Arkansas. There are a lot of jobs opening right now, and this is really what happens. But I guess the biggest question, or the question that you have to look at, is who's going to fill these spots. And James Franklin has already been in talks. I guess they're finalizing a deal with, and they got rid of the coach at Virginia Tech. And they already start finalizing some deals with James Franklin at VTech. Now, James Franklin went on, I think it was College Game Day, talking about how he going to win a championship somewhere else. I don't know about that one. I don't think he's going to win a championship at Virginia Tech. However, it is what it is. I guess it's interesting to see, though, or to wrap your head around, why is James Franklin jumping so early at this opportunity? Why is he not putting his name in the hat for a school like Florida, Arkansas, UCLA, which I think are all better jobs? Arkansas, Florida. My God, how do I forget Hugh Freeze? Hugh Freeze gone. Fired. Holla at you. See you later. So it's interesting to find out what or why do you believe a guy like James Franklin, who has done what he did at Penn State, stabilized the program from the whole. I mean, of course, Bill O'Brien took over the job for 2 years prior to James Franklin, but still, there was definitely remnants of the whole Sandusky deal going on there. Stabilized that program. They couldn't get over the Michigan hump, couldn't get over the Ohio State hump, but literally stabilized that program, because something as big as that scandal, something as large as that kind of scandal could crumble a program. And he came in and stabilized it. And then they fired him. And I understand why. I really do. I hate to see it for him, but I believe James Franklin reached his ceiling at Penn State. I don't think he's a Virginia Tech caliber coach. I think he get a different job than that. But I think he reached his ceiling. Brian Kelly at LSU. This dude had a 10-year deal. And I want to talk about this as well, the 10-year deal. He got a 10-year deal for $95 million. So that's $9.5 a year. $9.5 million a year. $9.5 million a year. And they fire his behind after year 4? Well, his buyout was, what I think it was, 54 something million? 54 million? Like who said in the chat right here? Let me see here. Lil Vern says, those coaches getting fired is not a bad fire. The buyout is so beautiful. I would come. Listen, I get it. I guess my thing is, though, Lil Vernon, is I'm not really tripping from a coach's perspective. But I'm looking at, I think I'm looking at who's responsible or held accountable for these long year deals. We see one for all McCain fans out there. We see one in Miami right now, a 10-year deal, and people about ready to lose their mind and fly the plane for Mario Cristobal. They're ready to fly the plane. He got 6 years left on his deal, man. So when people come and put up these 10-year coaching deals, I don't understand why. I don't understand what would make someone do that. We saw Jimbo Fisher. He got bought out for 70-something million. Said what, 76 million? I think the total right now in buyouts, they calculated at $184 million. $184 million in buyout money. And we got people around here hungry. Bro, I would love to see the news report come out and say, hey, because we had to buy Brian Kelly out for $54 million. We just fired the dude, the AD or whoever put these deals together. Because how are they not being held accountable for that kind of money being tossed out of the program? I don't care if a donor is worth $1 billion. $54 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at. James Franklin got what, 49 million, 49.5, something like that. Again, they set for life, don't get me wrong. But from a business perspective, this is like bad business practice. So I don't understand how an institution can run on these kind of deals. I don't think I would ever give a coach more than 5 years. There's only one coach that I could say would be Nick Saban. Nick Saban would be the only dude I could give a team because he has literally proven it over and over and over. I'm not even saying I would give him a 10-year deal now. I'm talking about like, if he was coming out, if he was in his early 60s coming out of Alabama, something like that. But in this situation, I don't see how in the world somebody could give somebody a 10-year deal and the buyout is crazy. Crazy. Hugh Freeze, he going to Auburn. I don't know what his deal was, what his buyout is. And these guys get recycled. That's the thing that's crazy. Hugh Freeze is going to get recycled. I think the guy at Arkansas is going to get the job at Arkansas is going to be my man, Slippery Bobby Petrino. How crazy is it? Your scandal at Arkansas with the motorcycle and the girl and the broken neck and he lied. Goes away, come back and gets the job. Even though they say Arkansas didn't want to fire him, I get it. But how does that look? That's nuts right there, man. Like, to me, that's crazy. And then he's looking at James Franklin. They said it's a 4-year deal, $7.8 million a year. The money ain't bad by no stretch of the imagination. I guess I'm just simply looking at it like when you look at football and you look at job opportunities, and I'll just bring this up. I've said this before. A lot of our black coaches, we get the worst jobs. And when I say the worst job, what I mean is look at all of the jobs out there. Florida, Auburn, Arkansas, UCLA. Who else is out there? LSU. Well, that's five SEC jobs. Oklahoma State. You think you're going to win a natty at VTech? All right. Man, into the Sandman. You about to go to sleep. So I say all that to say, as I look through these things, because like I said, we're not going to be on here long. We'll do about an hour or so. That's about it. I promise. But I say all that to say, when you look at these coaching jobs and you look at these different deals and these different opportunities and these coaches getting fired, do you think the 10-year deal is worth any coach in today's society? Because somebody put it up here. What coach we had for 6 years? I saw it right here. Oh, right, a CMB. Coach, who was the coach we had stay longer than 6 years? Exactly. in the early years, and when you're saying we, I guess you're saying Miami Hurricanes, those coaches left for other opportunities. But then what about the coaches after Larry Coker? We getting rid of these dudes. And I don't know the way Miami looking right now. I don't know if Mario make the 10-year finish line. But he's too far away for this buyout. Unless somebody want to cut a big check. Right here, Juan says, Franklin has an opportunity on VTech, but he can only rent at FSU in Florida. Okay. So what do you become? Mike Gundy of VTech? I mean, what do you become? Because it'll be very interesting to find out. Watch this. And this is why I bring this up. It'll be very interesting to find out where Brian Kelly lands, if he lands anywhere at all. I think he's a little older. If he's smart, I'll take my 50-something million, go sit on the booth up there with Nick Saban and talk about football. That would be me. There's nowhere in the world I could sit up here and go through all of the, especially, you know, with the environment and the atmosphere of college football today, the headache. You got $54 million to put your stuff in a box and walk out the door. That's like when John Gruden went back. I think he was making $5 million a year at ESPN. The Raiders going to give him $10 million a year for 10 years, $100 million to coach at the Raiders. I'll take my $5 million a year, talk football for 3 months and chill. And chill. That's just me. That's me. People are like, oh, you don't love the game. Yeah, whatever. Hair falling out, heart bad, kidneys all shot to hell. Man, come on. Not me. Pushback on Virginia Tech not having a chance at national championship. Michael Vick proved it can be done. Franklin easily can get experienced star quarterback. Can he? Can he? I don't know, man. It's tough. Jane Fairley can win the ACU. He could. But remember, his goal, as is all coaches, to be fair, Shark Outfit, is to win the Natty. I don't think he ever wins the Natty. I think it's a ceiling there as well at VTech. I think it's definitely a ceiling there. Shout out to Rocky. It's a Coach Hayes kind of night. I like it. Appreciate that. All right. And then let me do this. Let me put this phone number if anybody want to call in, 862-799-9956. Right here above my head. I had to move it out of the way. Y'all check it out, 862-799-9956. Please feel free to call on in. Now, I got a last segment I like to do. It's called Gone Too Far. I'm going to do that here on this as well. All right. And this was something I saw. I don't even know if I can blow this up. Here we go. And I found it so interesting. And I get it gone too far from China. Yeah, gone too far. Let me see if I can share this. This is the picture that's kind of going viral of the Oklahoma kicker. The Oklahoma kicker with his shorts all the way up here. Now they got an altered version of his shorts way up too high. And that's not actually true. But here's where I guess my problem is. And Kirk Herbstreit, kind of sit in there. Man, just like that should be a penalty. What the hell is it? Wearing shorts out there? I think the reason I really have a major problem with this, one, you're not respecting the uniform. Okay, that's one. Two, if the NCAA is calling targeting calls in the spirit of safety and player safety, right? In the spirit of player safety, then why are we not allowing or not making these players wear their equipment properly? Same thing with mouthpieces. I don't understand. You have to have a mouthpiece, but they just got it dangling. I know some people have two. They got one in their mouth and one dangling. I don't understand that concept. Maybe I'm old school. I get it. I understand. I'm an old school dude. 4876. I'm coming to you. Give me a second. But I'm not understanding if the NCAA spirit, like the spirit of these targeting laws, which we know is bull crap, they really just trying to make the game move, take players out the game, make it more exciting. This is my personal opinion. If that's the purpose, then why are they not protecting their knees? And even, bro, if you ever get a helmet to the quad, bro, a helmet to the quad is deadly, my man. Shout out, somebody said OJ Frederick be out there in the Speedos, man. Speedos. And I don't understand. I never understood that. I don't understand how, and I'm telling you, we're going to see this. We're going to see a kid get hit without a mouthpiece in, and his tongue, he going to bite his tongue off. That's why you have a mouthpiece in. You're going to get hit, bite the tip of your doggone tongue off, man. Owen said he ripped his pants. He was trying to secure them and pull them up. Yeah, okay. His quad protected. Let me put this picture back up to show you. Sir. Let me pull that down so I guess I'll make it bigger. Right there, his upper quad protected. Look at this. All that's kneecap. Well, y'all can't see it. I got an arrow on it. And what's funny about it is we telling the players not hit guys high. So when you start hitting them low and you have contusions of the patella, he's out because he got a thigh contusion. Believe this or not, even when you tackling somebody, and I know he's the kicker, so I get that. But even when you're tackling somebody and you land on someone's shoe, that right there can put you out of game, just right there in the quad. Right there in the quad, you believe it or not, you can land on a dude's cleat because how hard it is, and you land on that, or you land on somebody's helmet in a pile. I'm telling you, man, that's crazy. Let me go ahead and take this first call. Like I said, 862-799-9956. Please feel free to call on in. This is the Coach Me Coach podcast with Coach Hayes. Man, we're having a good time. We're just going to be talking about sports. We're going to talk about all different topics here in the building as well. We're going to do some different things here coming up, man. Make it fun. Still got Miami tomorrow and all of that stuff. So make sure you tune in. I might be giving away some Syracuse tickets tomorrow for the Miami game. I gotta check my wallet right quick. Make sure I got $8 for the tickets, because them tickets ain't all that expensive. So I might be giving away 2 Syracuse tickets tomorrow. You got to be present. I got 2 options. You got to be present, and you got to be able to call in when your number is called. That's it. That's all we need. All right, let me go ahead and get the very first call in. 4876 on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Coach Hayes.
What's going on, man? Who we speaking to?
You've been hiding from me.
Is this Charles?
You hiding, Coach.
Oh, Charles. Sir,
You've been hiding.
You've been hiding from me, Charles. I know why you're calling.
No,
I know why you're calling. You want to know why?
What you got on me?
I ain't got nothing on you. That junk over there is not in good shape. But go ahead. I'm listening, Charles. What's on your mind? Anything about one of our topics, or you want to bring up something else?
No, I'm concerned about the NCAA. Why do they allow this stuff?
Allow what? The pant, the uniform?
Do they not have a dress code? I mean, doesn't the NFL fine you if you're the shorts are up too high, or if your socks are too long, or they don't have any standards anymore?
No, yeah. Listen, I think that's what I'm missing. I got the Miami, Ohio game on right now with Toledo. I mean, with Ohio and Miami, Ohio playing. Right?
Yeah. You and me got a lot to talk about, but I
yeah.
didn't realize your show. I thought it was every week on Tuesday, and then you keep coming on all these different times. I had no idea when you was going to be on, but
It's Tuesday, 8:30.
yeah, it's a lot.
So I do. Hold
Who
on,
do
just
you actually think is going to be
hold
a
on. I'm gonna
front
help.
runner for the Heisman? I don't think there really is a front runner right now.
I don't either. But let's just say, Charles, if you had to pick, right? Let's just say you had to pick. Who would you pick? Because I don't see anybody popping up. Who would you pick right now, Charles?
Well, there's no consistent player. Everybody plays good for a week or two, and then goes back to the. There is no. What I was actually wondering is, if this continues the way it is, do you think they will actually award somebody the trophy anyway?
Oh, I do. I do. I do.
Have we ever had a year where nobody really distinguished themselves, and
I
we
don't
just
know.
sort of said, "Oh, well."
That's a good That's a good question. I don't know. Let me look that up right quick.
I mean, we got to be honest. There's nobody distinguishing themselves right now at all, anywhere.
Let me see.
Name 3 weeks in a row that you're talking about the same guy.
I'm with you, Charles. Now, this is something we can agree upon.
We can agree upon a lot. We just got off to the wrong foot before because you had Left Eye in there first.
I don't know who Left Eye is.
But call him Left Eye. You know who he is.
Okay, hold on. Here it is.
Your friend Left Eye.
Who is
always
Left Eye?
calling in, stirring up stuff in Colorado.
I don't know who Left Eye is. Oh, Rawhide.
Rawhide.
You call him? Why you call him Left Eye, dog? That's funny. But let me.
I don't like saying his name.
Okay, let me say this. Yes, there has always been a Heisman Trophy award every year since its creation in 1935, except for no year. Let me see, no year being skipped. So every year somebody gets it. I guess the question, though, Charles, is. I guess the question is, to your point, we haven't talked about a guy. I don't even think we talked about a guy for 2 consecutive weeks, let alone 3 or 4.
And that's because there's really hasn't been anyone distinguishing themselves in a way where we could say, "Hey, look at him." We were talking about Travis for 2 years, but he wasn't quite there. We were talking about Shador. We were talking about other guys, but we have no one rolling over because of all this confusion. We're finally starting to see the reality of this super wave mismatched confusion with the NCAA and the portal and all the different stuff ranging around. Yeah, a couple of coaches jumped on it and were able to make something of it because they took a whole bunch of players that they knew from a whole bunch of other teams. But then the next year, everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah, I just don't. But even that, I don't see it like a Johnny Manziel, a Tim Tebow. Like I'm just looking for like somebody that's exciting, not just winning, right? Because it takes a team effort. I'm looking at somebody that's put the team on their back, somebody that is contributing in multiple different ways. You know what I mean? Like even your boy last year, Ashton Genty.
Let's go a step further. Is there a team? Even if you think Ohio State or whoever you think is in the front running, are they really that good?
Fair statement. I said the same thing, Charles.
If the number 1 and number 2 and number 3 teams right now got beat this weekend, we wouldn't blink an eye. We'd be like, "Yep."
Yeah. All right, real quick.
Alabama and teams like that used to go 3 years without losing.
Like, you know what's funny,
it's
though?
a whole different landscape now.
I hate to say this, but Indiana seems to be the most exciting football team in college football right now because they're whipping people 77 and 66 and all of this stuff. But real quick, my man Keith says Mensa from Duke. Oh, my God, I can't believe I just said that word. From Duke should be the front runner. Here's the funny thing. He's the 5th ranked with so far as yards. Darian Mensah, he's the 5th top. You got Sawyer Robertson from Baylor with 2780. Joey Aguilar from Tennessee with 2737. Then you have North Texas, then San Jose State, and then Mensah from Duke with 25. The difference is Sawyer has 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Mensah has 21 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and about 250 less yards. I'm not saying they won't do it as they go down. I'm just talking about if I had to cut it off right now today. So I think I'm with you, Charles.
Excited about a Heisman Trophy winner. We should know who he is before we even start thinking about the stats. I wasn't thinking about how many yards Travis had last year. I just saw him play and wanted to see what the next player is fixing to be.
Right. You just even looking at the intangibles, right? Like things that you can't coach, or he may have 65 yards receiving, but it might be the most exciting 13 yards out of that 65 yards was exciting. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I don't see it on Sports Center. I don't see it like in clips like this season with crazy throws or just whatever. To your point, I think it's a little nuts though, Charles.
Even just go with what is popular to talk about. People are talking more about coaches and people moving around than they are about any players.
Right.
There's no players that have gone to the forefront.
Correct. 100%. 100%.
Well, I won't take up much of your time tonight. We can talk about other stuff later, but I just want to make sure you knew I ain't hiding. I'm here. I just never knew when you was on.
Well, that means you ain't been watching. I've been doing Tuesday at 8:30, right? And then I do Wednesday at 8:30 with my Miami Hurricanes. So actually today, I hate to say this to you, Charles, may kind of break it to you. I got another call on, but I'll say this. I still can talk about Colorado. I just don't want to focus on them. And we can get into that. If you wouldn't mind, if you want to hold on, if we don't have any more callers, I can speak to the next caller, and then we could just jump into it if you like. It's up to you.
I'll be here.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Ding, ding, ding. Me and Charles going to dance in a little bit. Hold tight, Charles. Oh, he hung up. Why you hang up, Charles? Call back in. Anyway, 8719. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 8719, going once. 8719. Hello?
Hello?
Mm-hmm. 8719. Can you hear me?
What's up, Coach?
I'm good, baby. Do me a favor. Cut your television down in the back because it's coming through your phone. Can you hear me? What's up, Coach? I'm good, baby. Do me a favor. Cut your television down in the back.
For sure.
All right. Got you, man.
So,
talk to me.
I got one for you, man.
Who is this, first of all? What's your name? What's your name, brother?
Lil Vern.
Lil Vern. All right, Lil Vern. Talk to me. What's up, brother?
Yes, sir. So, Coach, check my boy out, Jamari Taylor from Virginia.
Okay.
He's toting that rock. If I'm not mistaken, he might be leading the college football with most touchdowns.
Let's find out. You a running back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 3.
No,
I used to have one. He's legit down here in Charlotte.
I love it.
He is man.
He is currently tied in 5th place with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with 8 other players with 11. Haynes King actually has 14 rushing touchdowns. Jonah Coleman from Washington has 13. Blake from Navy, whatever. He has 13. And Kawan Lacey, from Ole Miss has 13. So, yeah, he close.
Yeah, they rocking. Mm-hmm. But check this out, Coach.
Talk to me.
What's the chances of our Hurricanes making the playoffs, man? I live here in Rocky, South Carolina, man. But man, I want to go to Charlotte this year, man.
Oh, you can go to Charlotte. You just ain't gonna see the Miami Hurricanes there. I hate to tell you, my brother. I hate to tell you. Unless some something like crazy happened, like Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, and them cats just going like some crazy losing spree, which I don't see, you can go to Charlotte. You just ain't gonna see the Canes there, brother. Unfortunately.
It's painful, Coach. And
Yeah.
I got my gear ready, baby. Freddie ready.
Yeah.
And man, it's painful that I can't see my Canes 2 years in a row. It feels like a disappointment, man. Because I feel like we put a squad together to at least make it to Charlotte, man.
Listen, bro, no argument here. You're 100% correct, bro. I've said my piece about, like, I've said it. I told y'all a pattern was forming. You know, we'll definitely dive into it tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about. People ready to fly the plane. And I asked this question. How long you been watching this show, Vern?
Coach, I've been rocking with you a couple of years now, man.
I appreciate it. So check this out.
For sure.
Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when I said, what happens when the fan base turns on a prodigal son? You remember me saying that?
I do, Coach.
And we 4 years
Coach,
into a 10-year
you took
deal.
that flag off your crib, man.
You saw me? I was hot, dog. I put it back out there, though. I put it back out there because my neighbor was kind of looking like he was actually out there when I did it. And I was like, man, nah, we still better than them. I ain't finna go in. I had to take the flag off, man, and brought that guy in the house. I was hot, bro.
Oh, man. I got mines out there, man. But, man, I get here. I want my stuff to work, man. Them boys jump on my head like, you know what I'm saying? They used to jump on them Haitians' head back in the days at the crib, man.
Hey, boy, them 80s was tough for them Zoes, boy. The 80s was tough.
For sure, already. You know it.
They had it. They was getting hit with HBO. You remember that? HBO?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
already.
Come on,
yes,
man.
Sir. I'm from Paran, Coach.
Okay.
Down south.
Yeah. Hey,
yes,
boy.
sir.
Hey, they was getting hit. I don't want no problem. I just want education, man. They was getting hit. It was tough. It was tough. Hey, boy, shout out to them, boy. Them boys used to wear them mustard color pants with them white sandals.
Already.
With them rayon shirt. With them rayon shirt.
That color to the game, though, down there, man. Keep it real, man. Them boys had all sorts of colors, man.
My boy had them white sandal with the doggone mustard yellow and the olive green pant with the dress shirt on, with the rayon dress shirt. Yes, sir.
We about the same age, Coach. You probably got me by a year or two. We in the same boat.
When you came out of school, which school you went to?
I went to the P. I went to Palmetto.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I came out in 94.
Oh, you a year older than me. I came out in 95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you a year older.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's
I went to
though.
Smith. I went to John C. Smith University, though.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Yeah, they ain't. Hey, listen, them boys in them 80s, in them early 90s, they ain't want no pressure. But boy, when that Zopound came out, I bet you won't try them no more. I bet you won't try. I bet you won't try them no more.
Okay, play with it. You'll be on the t-shirt on the t-shirt. You'll be missing.
Hey, what the boys say?
Looking for you. You know what I'm saying? What up, boy?
Hey, Vern, what the boys say? Ashes and dust to dust. Put your picture on a t-shirt.
Huh?
ashes and dust to dust. Put your picture on a t-shirt. There it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Play with it. Think it's a game.
Yeah, real quick, Amanda.
But Heisman candidate, Coach, man, you know what I'm saying, man? I mean, playoff edition, man. I hope. Oh, there it is. See that Jamari Taylor thing. Yes, sir.
Hold on. So I want to give her love. Shout out to Amanda. You done changed that picture. Watch out there now. Get Down Brown might get at you for the $5. She said Jamari Taylor was developed at North Carolina Central University under Coach Terry Oliver.
Oh, hold on, Coach. Tell her, you know what I'm saying? Jamari was developed at the West Side Rams Little League football in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where he was developed. We developed that boy and got that boy right. Yes, sir.
Yes, hey, get your credit too, dog. Get your credit
too. Really? For sure.
Yeah. Shout out to her, man. I think she's an alum of North Carolina Central. So shout out to her.
For sure. She looked like one.
Now, where you at now? You said Charlottesville?
No, I live in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's down the street from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Rock Hill.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, man. Well, I went to school in Hampton, man.
It's on the borderline. You know what I'm saying? It's like Lauderdale, Miami. I mean, Lauderdale, Miami. Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
Hey, quick question. If I want to go to the VTech game, what airport do I fly into?
VTech?
Yeah, if I wanted to go over there to Blacksburg, what would be the best airport to fly into? I was just thinking about that.
Charlotte Douglas.
You talking about Charlotte? Charlotte, where is that?
Charlotte Douglas. That's the Charlotte Airport.
Charlotte, North Carolina?
Get you closer to Virginia. Charlotte, North Carolina.
What? How far is that a drive then? It got to be at least 2 hours, though.
Well, you know something? No. I'm sorry, Coach. It's one in Raleigh, man. It's a small airplane terminal in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, Raleigh's closer to Virginia.
I don't know. I got to find out when in the world you fly to Blacksburg at. Just being nosy. But anyway, man. Yeah, we on here chilling, man. 862-799-9956. If y'all want to call in, y'all come on in. Check it out, man. Like I said, this is the Coach Cole podcast. We having fun. We're just going to be talking some ball here. I don't want to talk sports, man. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean, Vernon? Like, I like talking, kind of topics of that school. But I just love college. Like I said, I'm watching Miami, Ohio play Ohio right now.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, do you think Bex is really, I guess, not that good? Because I think he's getting a lot of slack, though, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Because I think some balls that get picked off, that don't be his fault, man. Like the one that happened to JoJo Trader. That thing hit JoJo Trader in the hands and popped up in the air, and it got picked off.
Bro, you know that dude picked both of them. Number 3 got both of them chunks, man. You know it's the same dude. It's the same dude. Got both of them.
He's in the right place at the right time, Coach.
That's what happens when you run the ball. But to your point, yeah, you're right. As quarterback, that always happens. Every interception is not always your fault, but it's going to go on your record. That first interception, clearly not his fault. But that second one, clearly was his fault.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He threw the ball a little slightly behind the man. But then again, Coach, you know what I'm saying? Why are we throwing the ball in the middle of the field instead of throwing that thing to the boundaries for a jump ball or out route?
How about we run that thing out there? Remember when?
Exactly.
You remember
we should have bullied them boys.
Remember when Malachi Tony down there, man, ran that thing around the edge where he could throw it or run it? Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just being a guy. I
mean, Coach, it's painful, man. It's painful. And, Coach, it's so painful, Coach. You know what I'm saying, man? I be want to cry at times, man, when I see my boys, especially the last 2 seasons when I felt like we had a chance to just make it to Charlotte and then see where the chips lay from there. But the last 2 years, man, this, you know what I'm saying, been real painful. Then you know what I'm not getting, Coach? This is really like getting me though, dog. Okay. Is that Mario is supposed to be this Nick Saban type discipline type dude, but dog, we get so many flags, and oh my God, we kill ourselves, dog. When I say we mud ourselves, man.
I gotta tell you something, boy. I gotta tell you. You ready? You from the yard? No, you're not from the yard. Listen. You know what happened this weekend?
You know what?
Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys trick or treat in. You could dress up and be whoever you want to be. That don't mean that's who you are. You understand? You could dress up. You could dress up like Nick Saban. That don't mean you Nick Saban. Just because you understand where I'm going with this? Just because you...
I do.
That's all I want to say. You know,
That's real.
Because
so, Coach,
the proof is in the result.
I want to holler at you about, dog, is that you boys like to scream, we got so much talent, we got so much talent, we got so much talent. Oh, it's the best team that come to play that day.
True story.
That's the team that's going to win. It ain't so much, you know what I'm saying, all this 6'4", 6'5", and 4 stars and 5 stars. Man, Louisville came to play that day. SMU, them boys came to play.
Okay.
And if we don't come to match their intensity, that because we everybody Super Bowl, to keep it real with you.
Okay.
We everybody Super Bowl. So if we don't come to match their intensity or their level of play, because we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. So we come around there, you know what I'm saying, lollygagging, not running the ball as hard, not making tackles. This what you're gonna get. So that stuff about, you know what I'm saying, we got this talent, that talent, they got talent too. They got talent too. So to say that we have all this talent, man, them boys got talent too, dog. And whoever come to play that day, that's who gonna get the job done. If you come there lollygagging, you come there not making tackles, dropping the ball, popping the ball up in the air, getting the ball picked off. Now, hey, you jumping off sides, we getting X amount of flags. Come on, man.
So I'll say this to you then, Vernon. Now that you told me your age, so I know you're old enough to remember this.
For sure.
When Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, did you bet on Buster Douglas to win?
No, I didn't. But Coach, let's keep it real now. See, yes sir. Now, did Tyson get robbed, Coach, in that fight? Did they put that pistol on Tyson in that fight?
No, sir. Guys,
did Tyson did the refs get the 9 and start looking back? Like what you looking back for? He got an 8, 9, then he look back, Coach. He was still, if he got the 10, if he don't look back, he get the 10 and Buster's still on the ground.
That's fair. That's no different than a referee. Leave no doubt. That's my whole point. Knock him out where he can't get up or don't get knocked out. Only thing I'm saying is, here's why I said what I said. You have a very valid point. The team that's coming to play, but you have to have time, right? I can do my best in the world to get a less talented team ready. And another coach has more talent, he gets that team ready. I'm not going to win this game. That's usually what happens. We have so much talent, but it seems as if we get our team up. And when I say we, I mean the coaching staff gets that team up, prepared to play. And these things happen across the board. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to other teams, but I can only speak of the team in which I follow closely, which is the Canes.
So, Coach, a lot of them boys, the SMU, they from the crib, ain't they? A lot of them boys from Louisville, they from the crib, ain't they?
They are. And that's my whole point.
Right.
He got them up to play. That's the thing I'm saying.
So you think them boys at SMU talent is less than the talent that we got, that was at the crib, that transferred from us and went there?
So say that one more time. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
The boys, Chris Johnson and the rest of a couple of them boys that was at the crib, they was at UM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they transferred to SMU.
Okay.
So that talent is still the same that was at Miami that go to SMU now.
Okay.
So talent-wise, do we have that much super duper talent in other teams?
I think so. I'm not talking about across college football. I'm talking within the ACC. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking. I'm talking the same thing you talking about, dog.
Okay,
we talking the same thing.
So within the ACC.
So with that being said, Coach, you understand?
I'm gonna give you,
for example,
I'm gonna give you exercise, Vernon. There's 105. There's 105 kids on the roster. Players, not kids, but players on the roster. You line up our 105 people, meaning Miami, on this side of a line, right? And you pick any other team in the ACC. I don't care who you pick. I guarantee, player for player, out of those two teams, you got to pick your 100. You got to pick 105 people to create your team. These are your. So it's 210 people in this room. You're gonna pick 105 of them. I guarantee 85 of them dudes going to be from Miami versus whatever other team from the ACC you choose.
So with that being said, Coach, are you talking from your heart?
No, never.
Because I love the Canes like you love the Canes.
I don't speak.
Or are you talking about just pure talent?
Yeah, boss. The game ain't based on sympathy. Never speak from the heart. Never speak from the heart.
So, Coach, do you think that boy, that's the SMU quarterback, that the quarterback that's at SMU, do you think that boy nice?
I do like him a lot. I really do.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I like
sir.
him a lot.
Come on with it. Yes, sir.
But guess what he was? He was developed into that because Rhett Lashley, when it got him from Missouri State or Missouri Central.
Come on with it. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
That's coaching, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's my whole point. Now, let's do this. You like SMU a lot? Name me.
What you mean? I'm talking about players wise, Coach.
Players.
I like.
No, players.
I'm talking about players, and I'm talking about talent. I think that boy is better than Beck. I'm talking about he can move. He made throws. He could do stuff that Beck can't do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. However, right? We always say that we can connect the dots looking backwards. But fair enough. Coming out of high school, who would you have picked? Beck or would you have picked Kevin Jennings? There we go.
Okay, like you said, Coach, he had to be developed. The kid had to be developed. And guess what? He's developing into a very nice, you understand, quarterback.
Sure.
But Coach, with that being said, Coach, do every kid have to be developed, Coach?
Of course. Of course.
Right. Beck, well, how long Beck got how many years on college football?
And to everybody
compared to Jennings?
And guess what? To every dude that talked to me, shout out to Black Butterfly, all the Georgia fans, Reggie, and all the rest of them. I was hard-headed. I can admit when I was wrong. They told me he was going to do this, and guess what he did? He did it. Mm-hmm. I believe, because I don't know if you saw when I did the highlight and low light of Carson Beck, I said a lot of his balls get batted down at the line of scrimmage. That is still continuing.
And a lot of my coworkers at Georgia fans told me to say, they said, boy, you better have fun now, because it's gonna be he gonna throw more interceptions than he throw touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And they Georgia fans who I work with or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, nah, my coach will have that boy right. He ain't gonna be doing all that. Shit.
Well, and the reason I say that, because I look at Carson Beck right now. Carson Beck right now, let me see. Touchdown, interception, sack. All right. Carson Beck got 14 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. But he only got 4 sacks. 4. Bro, 4. Listen to this. As much as we've thrown the ball, he has 4 sacks. Let me see here. We're not including.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not credit to Cristobal. The last couple years, he's been doing a really great job developing that offensive line. He has been doing that.
Well, yeah.
The development of the offensive line has been doing really good. They have been doing really good. But now the discipline is a different level now. I mean, the discipline is a different thing now. Being disciplined and development, shit, we can't even stay on sides, Coach. We shooting ourselves from the foot.
Listen to this. Carson Beck is 149th in sacks. And that's a great thing. I want people to understand that. That's not a bad thing. He only has 4 sacks. That means that, guess what? He's 149th on the list. He's tied at 149th on this list with 4 sacks. The dude that's right here with him, he's thrown 174 passes. Chubby Purdy from Nevada, apparently he a backup. He's only thrown 41. Carter Jones from Nevada has 5 sacks. Between both of those quarterbacks at Nevada got 9 sacks with 106 passes. I'm just saying that's phenomenal on his behalf.
Right.
So but the sad part is
credit to the offensive lineman, the offensive lineman coach that's doing a great job with preparation and scheming with putting the kids in
of course
the right position. And yeah, I think the offensive line, like I said, running the ball. I wish we, like your boy said, 12. And once again, we don't have that back. That talent back, that talent you talking about, that's at SMU, that Chris Johnson boy, he was at the crib at one point in time. He was that missing kid who was able to hit that hole and get up out of there. But now, we don't have that back no more. We don't have that back to hit that thing and get up out of there like 12 say. We don't have that. We don't.
Well, that's what I said, right? Here's what I told people a long time ago. We are not explosive. I said that a while ago.
We don't.
Everybody said, yeah, coach, we are. We have, as much as I love Malachi Tony, this is not a shot to him. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. So I think I got Charles back on the line. This is not a shot to him. So Charles will come and give me a second. Malachi makes great plays, but we're talking about explosion.
Right.
We're talking about 0 to 100 real quick. We're talking about
that boy Johnson was like that, coach.
I know, but we don't.
Yes, sir.
If we do, and a guy like Pringle, we may have it, but he's not playing. So right now, until they decide to put him on the field, our offense is not explosive because we're not using it. Right? It's just what it is.
So why we not using them?
I don't know, brother. I can't speak to that. I can't.
Come on, coach. I know you got some insight, baby. Come on, tell me, coach.
I don't chase that. Right? I can't. Bro, you'll be on that phone all day, and you know what you're going to start hearing? All type of guys we are doing this. No, my whole niche is to look at the game for what it is and give you guys my experiences, how I see them. I can't. First of all, I don't have the patience. Hey, bro, I'm on the phone. Hey, bro, what do you think? Why do you not play? I can't do it, dog. I don't, because now somebody going to lie to me. And what I'm going to do, come on here. Yeah, I heard. Maybe my conscience won't allow me. My integrity won't allow me to do it. Because if I'm wrong, I don't have a problem with saying I'm wrong. But I want to be wrong because I'm wrong. Not because somebody else gave me some bull crap and made me look stupid.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, sir. But coach, I hope we get a minute. I hope some ways, somehow, and I doubt it, you know what I'm saying? Because our schedule is tough, man. Syracuse ain't gonna come down there and play with us, man.
Bro, we lose to Syracuse.
Syracuse gonna come down there.
Sir, can I tell you this? If we happen for whatever God reason lose to Syracuse, the show is on pause. I'm not doing it, dog. I'm not. I can't. I can't, bro.
Hey, coach, we gotta keep it real with each other, dog.
Yeah.
You understand? We gotta keep it real. And keeping it real, dog. Don't people coming to play, man. People ain't coming out. They ain't coming not to play. Them people are coming to play for real. I
agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
And if we
can't play,
and if we can't get our team up to come play with Syracuse, then what are we doing? Like, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Syracuse this year. If we can't get our players to play,
not the song, dog. We jumped out 21 last year on Syracuse, dog.
That's fair.
We jumped out 21.
And if that ain't motivation,
we jumped out 21, coach.
And if that ain't enough motivation, let alone anything else, bro. Syracuse got dogged out 41-16 to Georgia Tech. Got beat by North Carolina 27. Pittsburgh drug them. SMU drug them. They beat Clemson for whatever, however that worked. Bro, what are we talking? Bro, they beat the UConn. Bro, I ain't got it in me, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, coach. Well, I'm gonna put it in you. I'm gonna put it in you then. Watch you see a
Syracuse
team. Watch.
Don't put it in me. Tell me about it.
Well, coach, I'm just trying to tell you, dog, because the people who we are sleeping on, like people thought, you know what I'm saying? What was the spread against SMU? What was the spread?
For us, was it?
Yes. What was the spread, Coach?
I think it was 12, 13, something like that, 12 and a half.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
All right, Coach.
Am I right? Was I right?
Yeah. Those are big numbers.
10 and a half. 10
Those
and a
are
half.
big numbers, Coach.
No,
10 and a half.
10 and a half. I agree.
We lost by how many, Coach?
We lost in overtime. Well, I mean, we lost by 6, but overtime, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, Coach, people are coming to play, dog. People see that they see us as a Super Bowl, dog. People is not going to play with us, man. They don't care if they don't win not at a game on their schedule. As long as they knock them chains off. Shit, you see how the coach was bragging last year and told the coach from Clemson, boy, I looked out for you. Boy, I got you in there. He was on TV saying it. You saw him.
Vernon, I get it. You're not wrong. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. What I'm telling you is,
no, I ain't saying you sound wrong.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Pissed off Mario, get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
watch us lose to so-called nobodies, but shit, these nobodies turn into somebodies.
And if we can't get prepared for a nobody that turned to somebody, then we ain't what? We ain't nobody either. Let's call it what it is.
That's real.
That's real.
That's real.
If we
That's
can't,
real. When people like to call me and tell me, boy, I see, well, y'all got a cupcake schedule. It look cupcake to you. But I tell you what, when them people come to play us, man, them people come to give us their all. Man. They come to give us their all.
Whatever. If we can't get our team up to beat Syracuse,
I feel you, Coach. I feel you.
North Carolina beat them by 17 points. North Carolina is 3-5.
Coach, you keep on talking about what somebody else did to them people, Coach. That's what somebody else did to them people, Coach. What do we do to people, Coach?
Bro, I'm with you.
You feel what I'm saying, dog?
No dispute whatsoever.
I feel you, Coach. I love you, Coach. I love the Canes, but Coach, when we have to get up and mash these people intensity, because these people are coming to play, Coach. Yeah. They are coming to play, dog. Mm-hmm. And we got to come play. Coaches, players, everybody got to come to play, man. They are coming to play, Coach. And we got to come to play, too.
I agree.
We can't be jumping outside, shooting ourselves in the foot.
All right, let me ask you a quick question.
We can't be jumping balls out there. We can't be doing that, dog. We can't be missing tackles. We can't be doing that, man.
He feeling it. Go on and get it off. I'm coming, Charles. Go ahead, Vernon. You got the flow. Get that thing off. I feel it. It's on your chest, dog.
I just get so heated, dog, when I see us knowing that once again, when I hear you boys talking about all this talent we got and all this talent, we dropping balls. We missing tackles. We jumping off sides. Come on, dog.
Hey. Well, Charles, I'm coming, man. This man, he on the couch right now. He got to get it off. Hey, Sharks Outfit says, if we lose to Syracuse, that is a fireable situation.
But like you said, big dog, now this, like you said, this, who are you going to bring in? People are quick to say fire, but one great point you make is all the time, who are you going to bring in to replace that individual?
I know somebody.
Like who? Who, Coach?
Y'all know how I felt. I already told you. I would bring the lane train and open this thing up, and we'll be back.
How much that gonna cost you, Coach? How much that gonna cost you, big dog?
You ain't asked me how much it cost me. You just asked me who.
Okay, all right. Now you ain't come on with it, Coach. How much it gonna cost you, dog?
I don't care what.
How much it gonna cost you? Because we had a chance to get Lane, and then I think 12 said it, that Lane said he'll walk to Miami.
Yeah,
he'll walk to Miami.
Warren Sapp said that. He talked to Lane Kiffin. Warren Sapp said Lane Kiffin will walk from FAU to Miami for that job.
Come on, man. You know something? And Lane fit our swag.
Yeah.
He fit that Miami Jimmy Johnson type swag. You know he do.
100. That's all I know. But man, let me get
So
Charles.
okay, big dog. Yeah, I gotta go to work, man. Go clock on these people clock, you know what I'm saying? Go get it in. But coach,
Tonight?
I appreciate you, man. Stay up, big man, and keep balling the way you balling, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
For sure, already.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rocky, you might have called in. I gotta talk to you about that right there. You gotta prove to me why, Rocky. You say Lane ain't ish. Prove to me why. All right. I got my man. I think this Charles, right? 4876. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure. All right, Charles. What's on? Because apparently we're not following the show topic tonight, and I'm cool with that. It was the first one. I understand. We got to get it. But go ahead, man. We free for all right now. Talk to me.
I think that we are legislating the heart out of the game with every single one of these. Well, not every single one, but many of these hits that turn into, you got to watch it in slow motion, and then, oh yeah, it was head hunting or some kind of.
Oh, you talking about target? You talking about the targeting situation? Okay, I was lost. But go ahead.
Yeah, like I mean, it used to be that this game had two words: tackle football.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was called tackle football for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
The tackling was the first thing you think of, and even when I watched our Colorado's last game, if anybody wants to say, well, what's wrong with the team? They don't tackle. Nobody can tackle. Nobody can anticipate, and nobody can tackle because it's not practice. It's not. You go watch how they practice now, and the first thing they announce is, we're not hitting so and so today. We're not hitting the receivers today. We're not hitting the running backs today. Oh, today we can hit.
Okay.
Could you and I have ever played football if one day we could hit and one day we couldn't hit?
No, I get it. But guess what, brother? Guess what? Can I say this to you? You're right. I hear you. However, that's back to my whole thing of the spirit of the game. If they're here for player safety, then why don't make them boys wear their shorts correctly? Why don't make them wear their pants right? Why don't make them put a mouthpiece in? Imagine walking through the rest of your life with the tip of your tongue being bit off. All for in the name of player safety.
Why don't they have some nuance to it too? Like why don't they have a hit that's 15 yards or a hit that's 10 yards? Why do you have to sit out if you accidentally get dipped?
You want to know why? But you want to know why? You want to know why?
Spearing was one thing when you were leading with your helmet and all that. But nowadays, you can be going to the ground and accidentally collide with somebody in the wrong spot, and you're sitting out a whole game.
Well, Charles, you know why that is? See, this is back. So thank you for that. This is back to what I was saying. Their whole premise was the spirit of the game. I mean, the spirit of player safety. That was the ruling. No, I'm going to tell you, Charles, it's about making money. It's about scoring points. They never call targeting on offensive players when they dip their head. A running back can run through the hole and dip his head straight down, right? Neck down and everything, and take a hit and make that hit. That's first. Second, if I put you out for targeting, that's almost like, I did call you out, Rocky. I'm coming. I see you in there. I see you, Rocky. I'm coming. If I put you out on defense, that's almost like having an injury. That gives the offense a chance to score more points. More points you score, the more exciting the game is. More people want to come watch. See, that's the hidden real thing behind it. Think about that. And not only
part out of the game,
but they don't care about you, because it's more people that don't understand that than there's more people that do understand that, Charles. Out of 100,000 people in the stadium, 15,000 might really appreciate what me and you appreciate. The other 85,000 are just there because they want to see. Nobody want to see a 7-3 game. I do. Street always laugh at me. Street always be like, man, you don't want to like 7-3 football because I'm a defensive-minded guy.
You want to see that if there's big plays made, if there's sacks, if there's big hits and stuff. You don't want to just see an offense that's just not good enough to get the ball down.
But see, that's how you look at it. I don't look at it that way. I look at it. See, that's what I'm saying. I look at it as what? A defense that is honed in, that's blah, 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 blah. However, the difference is people want to see points. Why do you think?
We want to see Pittsburgh, Baltimore. We want to see Ray Lewis coming in the backfield and hitting the running back before he even gets the ball from the quarterback.
That's great.
We don't want to see ineptitude where you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and you get tackled for a loss because you've got a bad game plan.
Well, that's on coaching. That's the guy you hired that's calling it. What I'm telling you, Charles, at the end of the day, it's sport and entertainment, not sports or entertainment. Sports is entertainment. It's about getting butts in the seats, selling tickets, hot dogs, nachos, potato chips, getting people to buy tickets to come to these venues. Think about this. Northwestern, Northwestern, right, in Chicago, spent $800 million in a stadium. How do you think they plan on paying for that, Charles?
With some kind of strange offense, but
this is all this is all I'm saying. It's about you trying to get butts in the seat, right? And as a fan, I get where you're coming from. But if you were to put it, if you were in charge,
the wrong way. They're doing it the wrong way.
I understand that.
Because nobody's going to get excited. Nobody's going to get excited if it turns into flag football. Two-hand touch.
All right. Let me ask you. You're right. To your point.
Steve Atwater used to hit guys coming over the middle, and we used to jump up out of our seat.
Let me ask you this. How old are you, Charles, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm about to be 50.
Okay, so we're around the same age. When you grew up, I'm going to tell you how people adapt to things in life, and that's what I think you're missing. When you grew up, because we probably right close to the same age, have you ever watched a football player live, like when you watch the game live, clothesline a dude and not get a penalty?
No, I mean, not on a regular, no.
No. But even if he did it, did he get a penalty?
Yes.
Okay. So the generation before us used to watch players get clotheslined every play, and they took it out because dudes was getting decapitated out there, brother. So the generation,
and then
no, but hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Lester Hayes, I know, but follow. Lester Hayes used to clothesline the bejesus out of people, and they had to take it out because people were getting demolished.
Well, even the face mask, if you grabbed them anywhere other than right in the very front of the face mask, it wasn't called face mask. You could grab them on top of the head, sling them down. You could grab underneath the neck. I mean, now you can't do that, which I understand. But if you have to go to instant replay to know whether a play was a bad hit or not, stop it. That's too much. That's too far. If you can't see it in live time and know that it was a bad hit, then that's not something to sit someone out of the game for.
I don't believe those kids should be sit out. I believe that with all my heart. If you launch into a dude like Major Wright did, I think that was the Florida game. I forgot who they were playing on the sideline. I understand.
Dirty plays.
I understand that. What I don't like
dirty plays are the only thing that you should get sit out for. Dirty, unsportsmanlike, dirty, unconducive to the game. What do they call that in the NBA? Not a play for basketball. If you do something like that, that's when you get sit out.
I totally agree with that.
We're cutting the very heart out of this game, starting with the tackle part. And it's all about tackling. We can teach them how to tackle better. We can say, okay, don't go high, don't go too low. But nobody even wants to wrap up anymore.
But why don't they?
Shiloh would be an excellent player if anyone figured out if he ever figured out how to wrap up.
He ain't have enough foot speed, but that's another argument.
There with their shoulder and try to hit.
I know, but here's my argument. Let's go back to it. Hold on. The people that they put in charge, I don't know what you do for a living, and I don't want you to say. But what I will tell you is most jobs in life, the people who are put in charge to make decisions don't walk through the daily fire of that job, right? Their job is to make money.
And those people
So-
always end up ruining the company.
They do. But guess what? The reason they
Every
don't want,
time.
I know, but the reason they don't want you to tackle Charles, because they want more points on the board. See, that's the game. This is the game. This is part of the game in which I think you're missing. You're not wrong in what you're
11
saying.
on 11 is going to get you a lot of points on the board, but it ain't going to be the same game.
You're right. But they don't care about that because you hired me, Charles, to find out how can I maximize the dollar for this game. This is how you do it. Hey, let's put a rule in where they can only have but so much contact per week in the NCAA. Well, if they don't tackle throughout the week or whatever, they don't have 2-a-days anymore, right? Some people have 3-a-days. The likelihood of them missing tackles go up exponentially. Therefore, it turns into more points. How about this? If I get a player, their top safety gets hit, inadvertently hits another helmet, and I put him out the game, that's equivalent to a starter being hurt. That could turn into more points.
Coach,
Hey,
you got
hold
your
up.
10-4 hat on tonight. Huh?
No, I don't. I'm telling you, I got a better one. Not only am I going to put him out the game, I'm going to also give them 15 yards and an automatic first down. So they have a better chance of scoring more points. So it's not like you got a choice where, hey, coach, you want these 15 yards or do you want him out the game? They don't give you that choice. You're going to get an and, not an or. We're going to give you 15 and eject this kid out the game. Not only for this game, if it happens in the second half, the first half of the second game. They don't have the same rules for offensive players.
Who came up with that, and why do they keep that in there
I
year
just
after
told
year
you.
when every
Right?
adult
Okay.
knows that that's wrong?
But I just told you. I just told you why. It's about making money. And here's what I'm going to say to you, Charles, because I don't want you to be disingenuous. And I'm saying this because I think we can talk like this. You're a Colorado fan. When the other team targets or his helmet happened to hit Travis Hunter or Jimmy Horn or Marion Miller, whoever it is, don't tell me you don't cheer. Yeah, he's out. Let's go. 15 yards, first down. Come on now, Charles. Keep it a buck
I've
with
been
me
watching
now.
football too long into that. I know what a good hit and a dirty hit is. If it's a dirty hit, yes. If it's not, then no. It's
So,
ridiculous.
hold on. So when Colorado, because you say you Colorado, if he gets that hit, I'm not saying it was dirty. He's just trying to make a tackle. And that kid gets 15 yards, automatic first down, and that kid gets put out. You ain't happy about it? As a fan?
I think 15 yards is consistent with what we know football to be. This whole new thing of guys getting
You didn't
sent out
answer
of
my
games,
question.
that never
Hold on,
happened.
Charles. Answer
That
my
never
question.
happened when we were
Charles,
coming up.
I get all that, but you didn't answer my question. As a Colorado fan, if a dude hits one of your players and they're reviewing the play for targeting and it comes back, player 15, targeting, 15-yard penalty, he's been ejected. Are you happy or not? Yes or no? Come on, be honest with me now.
I'm only happy if it's a true
All right.
penalty-worthy call.
Okay, not a problem. I'll take you at your word.
Because to me, it goes both ways. I can't be happy about something happening to me knowing that you're going to call that same thing on me when it's in the fourth quarter when it's nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think Kamara, remember the kid from Colorado State, when he hit Shador, should he have been put out the game?
No, but he should have got a 15-yard penalty and
For
maybe
what?
had to sit out a couple of plays.
For what? Well, why should he have gotten a 15? Why should he have got?
The crime and the punishment should be they should fit. It shouldn't be the only thing in football that you can get put out for now is a bad hit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get put out for fighting. You get 2 times. This is his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. You get a warning. But if you get one bad hit, that's even an accident, and you can tell that that's not what he was trying to do, you still get put out for a whole game. That don't make no damn sense.
You're right. And I'm going to just say this because we're going in circles. Charles, you're 1,000% right. I agree with you. But fighting brings excitement to the game. That's the part you're missing. Me throwing a punch at a dude is a 15-yard. That's why they give you 2 of those. But they won't give you 2 for targeting in the spirit of safety of the player. But a dude can walk around with his whole knees and quads out. Dude don't have to have a mouthpiece in, right, and everything else. Charles, I love you, dog. I got to run. I got Rocky on the line. Me and him about to dance for a little bit. That old Louisiana loser over here. Trying to give him this work.
All right, well, we'll get back at you.
We'll chop it up, man. Charles, appreciate you for calling in, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for right here. Let me. All right, here we go. Rocky for now. Talk to me, Rocky. I'm about to make you run these steps.
Okay, man, you got the gloves on, man. You coming out to me, man?
No,
trying to
man.
squabble? What's up?
Yeah, hey, tell your man to learn how to squabble, Rocky.
Tell my man how to learn how to squabble. Look, I just came off of a show that I'm not going to name where they were talking about, oh, maybe the kids are too tired. Maybe we're working them too hard.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I'm so tired of hearing that crap.
Yeah. Guess what? I don't know what show that was either, but whatever show that is, stop watching it. And let me know later what show that is. I won't watch it no more. Because to me, now we full of excuses. That's bull crap.
It's nothing but excuses. I'm tired of it.
Give me a hint. Hold up. Give me a hint. What show is it? Give me a hint.
Starts with a C.
Bro, this Coach Me Coach podcast, was it my show? No, it wasn't my show.
No.
Starts with a
C.
C.
Let me think. I can't go that far. Let me think of a hint that won't
all right,
go far.
charades. Come on. First word. Talk to me.
Look, charades.
Come on. I like
he's got press credentials and he's not street. You should know that.
Oh, God dang. That's everybody. Kane Sport?
Come on, man.
There's
3 of them in there. The 3 big ones are in there. It's one of those.
Not Kane's Insight.
Anyway, what you want to hit me up with tonight, Coach?
No, you said
why we losing to these bottom feeders?
No.
Why we ain't playing no hurricane football?
No, you said hold on. I gotta get my charge. Hold on. Coach gotta get on the phone and cake tonight. So I gotta make sure my phone charged up. All right. You said they said who would you bring in? And I said what I said. And you came back and said, listen,
go ahead.
I want to have a great discussion tonight, Rocky. Coach feeling great. I'm on the cane juice. It's biting like I don't know what.
Uh-oh.
Me and you can really talk football. You can articulate your point. I feel like I can articulate mine. Smiley just showed up. I guess she never played football, she says. I don't know if that's what she's talking about, but that's what she said.
Me, I guess I never played football.
No, she just said, no, she didn't say that. She just said never played football. So I don't know what she's responding to, but I saw her show up. So she's in the building. Shout out to Smiley. One day she'll call in. But it's been 5 years and she's never called in. Highly upset with you though, Smiley. But we back in the building. You said he ain't ish. Why did you say Lane Kiffin wouldn't be ish? Are you considering at Miami?
What's he ever won?
Okay.
Tell me what he's ever won.
Currently, he hasn't won anything.
Mm-hmm. All right, there you go.
Okay, so that's all you need.
He's been in the SEC. He's been in Ole Miss. He's had the resources. He's been in a top flight program. Ole Miss, I consider Ole Miss a top flight program in the SEC.
Oh, stop it!
You stop it.
You stop it. You think Ole Miss is a top flight program in the SEC?
Why not?
When have they ever? Do me a favor. Name a time, decade, or century when Ole Miss was considered top 5 in the SEC at any given time.
Eli Manning was quarterback and when Archie Manning was quarterback. I don't remember the years.
All right, let's do it. When did Eli Manning? Let's pull it up because I like, you know what I'm saying.
Better question is who I think will make a better head coach at Miami. But I'll keep going.
Let's dance just for a little bit. Even when Eli Manning was there, do you know they had never won 10 games in the regular season? Did you know
I didn't
that?
know that.
Okay. Do you know in the existence of Ole Miss, they have never won 10 games in the regular season until Lane Kiffin got there.
In the modern era. Okay.
In the existence.
You're saying Lane Kiffin has elevated Ole Miss to the stature of where it's at now.
Sir,
I'm basically a playoff team.
I'm going back to 1902. They haven't won 10 games unless the bowl game got them the 10th win. They have never won 10 games ever. They have never won 11 games in the existence of until he got there. So in 2021, he won 10 games. In 23, he won 10 games and a bowl game. He was the first coach to give them 11 wins. 24, he won 10 games, but it was non-regular, 10 with the bowl win. And right now he's 8-1. But anyway, go ahead.
What did we go last year, Coach, under Mario? What was our record?
10-2. We've done that before.
Okay. So what do we have? Okay, we haven't done it yet. What do we have the chance to do this year under Mario?
Go 10-2.
You got a chance to go 10-2 twice. 2 years in a row with Mario. So what's the difference between Mario's 10-2 and Lane's 10 and whatever, 11 and whatever?
Because can I tell you why? No, can I tell you why? Because Miami is the upper echelon of this conference and the Big East Conference at the time. Ole Miss has never, ever been the upper echelon of the SEC. So it's always been Alabama. It's always been LSU. It's always been Georgia. Auburn.
So Miami. Wait, let's go backwards. Miami is the upper echelon of the ACC.
No.
The past 20 years.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When it comes down, not just to record. No, hear me out. Because I want to make sure we understand this. When you look at, to your point, no, when it comes to what we have accomplished, but yes, when it comes to what we have. Meaning, for the past 20 years, we've had the top. It's always going to be, let's go ACC, then we go Big East if you like. But ACC these are the top three schools you're going to always look at. Tell me if I'm lying. Florida State, Miami, and Clemson. They're the only three that people ever cared about.
Those are the biggest brands.
Correct.
In the league.
Correct. But we are the only one that have done less with more. We've had more talent. We've had more talent. We recruited more. We've had all this stuff, and we haven't done anything with it. You got people like Wake Forest. You can't name me one person on the Wake Forest team when they won the conference championship. Name me one guy, Rocky. One dude.
Wait, say that again. One guy on the Wake Forest team when they won the championship.
When they won the championship. Exactly. That's my point. They've done more with less. We found a way to do less with more.
Yeah, I see David Staples. Those 5 natties weren't when we were in the ACC though. Look, here's my point. You're right, Coach. You're right. And why is that? Because our coaching choices have been terrible. Randy Shannon, no experience. Manny Diaz, no experience. Mark Richt was brought in at the tail end of his career. He was burned out. Al Golden got conned into coming here by Shalala because we were in the middle of the scandal that they knew about. They got him here, and then he got duped. So that's a scratch.
Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I write. Hold on, make sure I write that down. Al Golden got lied to, right? Okay, I just want to make sure I write that down. Am I right about a scandal? Is that correct?
No, what I'm saying is when Al Golden was hired, that's when the scandal broke. My opinion, they knew and they got him here, but
okay, not a problem. Okay.
Right. Then you get fast forward to Mario, and now what we got is a former alumni who's been here 4 years now, and in my opinion, holding the program hostage with a 10-year contract. Here's my worry. I don't want that to happen again with a guy like Lane that has to be brought in at $25 million a year with a $150 million buyout. And if it don't work after the first 3 years, we're calling for his damn head again. I don't want to see that happen again.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. I like that part. You know how they say, how do you eat an elephant? You know how you eat an elephant?
I've never tried an elephant, Coach.
But you know how you eat an elephant?
Do I know how to eat an elephant?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
In bite-sized pieces. So let's break it down. Here we go.
No.
You like what I did there? All right, here we go. You said that you don't want a long-term deal with a Lane Kiffin. I'm actually with you with that. I don't believe in 10-year deals. Okay? I think they're too long. Too many things can happen. We're talking about, there you go, one bite at a time. There you go. I messed it up, Starflow. One bite at a time. I kind of jacked it up. Canes was biting. Y'all give me some grace. I don't believe in a 10-year deal. We're talking about a decade. A decade. That's a long time when you're talking about football. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
agree.
Let's look at the person and the people. Smiley says she did play football back in her day, but she was talking about the podcast that you were talking about. So she was trying to give a hint. Here's what I'm going to say to you, Rocky. Let's look at the history of the people, right? Were you a Mario guy? Because I think it's fair. We could say Mario Lane were the two front runners for the job coming in. Is that fair?
I have been, here's where I've stood.
Mm-hmm.
I have never been anybody's guy. I have been a supporter of whoever has worn orange and green as head coach of the Miami Hurricanes and given them their due. Even Manny Diaz, who I didn't think was the right hire, I've given them a chance. That's how I look at it.
But my question is, when Mario and Lane were up for the job, who were you? Who did you want to have the job?
For where we were and where we were at, I preferred Mario over Lane. Okay. I did say that.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. And I picked Lane. Can you tell me at that particular time, if you can remember, what made you say Mario versus Lane at that time? Mike Jeezy, call in. Let's talk. Coach ready to dance.
Good. Okay. Number one. Here's the way I looked at it at the time. Okay. Remember, this is back in time now, 4 years ago. He played under Jimmy Johnson, right? He was recruited by Jimmy Johnson, played under Jimmy Johnson, had that pedigree, right? Was a Miami Hurricane, leads orange and green. At the time, my opinion was our roster was a mess. He's a master recruiter. He's going to come in here and fix the roster, which I think he's done a good job with. Okay. Number 3, he was going to get our culture straight, which despite what's going on right now, I think it has improved. I do believe with that. Now, the knock on him was his game day prowess. Mm-hmm. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because we've had, i.e., I go back a ways, Coach, Butch Davis. Butch Davis was not a great game day coach either. Butch Davis was a great talent evaluator.
Okay.
I looked at Mario as a poor man's Butch Davis at the time. That was my justification for Mario over Lane. Now, I also knew at the time that he was going to have to get his coordinators right. I wanted a CEO head coach because God knows we tried with Shannon, we tried with Rick, we tried with Diaz. None of that worked. So I wanted the CEO coach at the time. Okay. Lane was an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward now, it's twofold. He still hasn't got his coordinator straight, I don't think. But spinning off that with the offense, I still think he's meddling with the offense. And until he changes the way Nick Saban had to change at Alabama, and he did, and adapts, that's not going to get fixed. And if that doesn't get fixed, he needs to be gone.
Okay. So, with all that being said, that sounds great. Nothing wrong with that. What was your negatives then against Lane?
At the time, I don't think he had enough seasoning at the time. I preferred Mario over Lane. Mario, the reasons that I gave you. Lane, at the time, again, I didn't want to hire another coordinator at the time. That's the real big one, because we had just been through Diaz. We had just been through Rick. Rick was burned out, and we had Shannon before that. My thing was I wanted a CEO head coach.
Why is
at
that?
The time, that's what I was screaming for.
Oh, okay, but why was that a big deal, Rocky? Why was a CEO type head coach?
Because CEO head coaches look at track records. CEO head coaches have a pretty good track record.
Name.
Dennis Erickson was a CEO head coach. Jimmy Johnson was a CEO head coach.
Yeah, you're talking about 25 years ago when things were so different. In the past, do me a favor. In the past decade, I might shoot myself in the foot, but I'm gonna stick with it because I said it out loud.
Do you think in the past 4 years Lane Kiffin would have brought us to an ACC championship game?
Of course.
With where we were?
Yes. You
believe that?
I believe that. You want to know why? Because I've asked you a lot of questions, so I definitely want you to ask me some. But I know that there's two. That's right off the bat. Give me the third one. Name me in the past decade. Name me 3 CEO coaches that have gone to the mountaintop. 2 of them are give-me's. You got them. They in the books.
Nick Saban.
Negative. Nick Saban was a defensive coordinator. That was his defense they were running. You can't name me a defensive coordinator for Alabama that's worth anything. They were underachieved. Pete Golden came from University of Texas, San Antonio. Do you believe in your mind, as you said, Mario Cristobal's thick skull, that Nick Saban would turn his defense over to the University of Texas, San Antonio defensive coordinator? Hell no.
No.
Name me a defensive coordinator that has the same cachet as his offensive coordinators, i.e. Mike Locksley, former head coach, was his offensive coordinator. Lane Kiffin, former head coach, was his coordinator. Steve Sarkisian, former head coach, was his coordinator. Bill O'Brien, former head coach, was his coordinator. Name me
you looking for a tree. Okay.
No. I'm not looking for a tree. I'm looking for a when I say CEO, I mean a guy that doesn't call plays. A guy, for example, Mario Cristobal, right, was an offensive line coach. Sam Pittman, who was an offensive line coach. Brent Key, who was a tight end coach, offensive line guy, right? Those kind of guys are what I consider CEO guy. Play call, like Josh Heupel is a play caller. Ryan Day is a play caller, and he's a head coach. It's his offense, or it's Nick Saban's defense, right? Marcus Freeman, that's his defense.
You want me to name? Okay. Ryan Day. Was Jim Harbaugh ever a play caller?
Yes, he was OC.
I go back a ways. Goes Pete Carroll, Mac Brown.
Give me 10 years. I just want to say in the past 10 years. Make it easy. You almost had me there.
You're saying that. See, wait. So no, Kirby Smart was a coordinator. He was a D coordinator.
Kirby Smart is a defensive coordinator. I'll give you 2 right now. And one comes with a caveat. Ed Orgeron was a D-line guy. Never a coordinator. Right? 2019 LSU. The next one is Dabo Swinney. Now, here's where the wrinkle to Dabo Swinney is, Rocky.
Yeah, but Dabo...
No, but Dabo was never a coordinator. We can pull up his...
Dabo's never called plays.
But he had Brett Venables and he had Tony Elliott for a long time, so he had stability. And if Mario Cristobal can find that kind of luck, have that kind of luck, we'll be hella successful. But I don't know, it's so hard to find. You notice, as soon as Brett Venables left and Tony Elliott left, isn't Clemson having issues? He lost the stability.
No,
Nick
I agree with
Saban.
that.
Nick Saban.
Since Brett Venables is up Clemson, they've fallen off.
And Tony Elliott. They both left the same year.
Yeah, and Tony Elliott. Yes. Okay.
Brett Venables.
Now
Now watch this. Nick Saban has turned over more coaches than anybody, but his formula was the same. Why was he always successful? Not only that, he was a good manager of men and people and so forth. And he has CEO qualities, but when I call a CEO coach, I'm talking about a guy that didn't call play, just an overseer, right? Now, if you want to term it something different. The last person was Urban Meyer. And somebody said it, but that was 2014. That's why I said 10 years. I thought I almost put my foot in my mouth. But even if I give Urban Meyer, out of all of the national championship winning coaches, you're talking about Urban Meyer, Dabo, but
hold
on, what's my man name? Ogeron.
The thing you're talking about last 10 years though, that was ruled by Saban. I mean, how many times did Bama go to the between
Fair.
Saban and Dabo? Harbaugh had his day.
So let's go 2000. This is fair. How about let's go through 2000 to 2025.
No, well, now you're getting into that's Larry Coker. That's going way back.
Well, who's Larry Coker?
Here's the deal, Coach.
I'm listening.
If Lane was, to me, here's another thing. All right, you asked me about why not Lane and why Mario. At the time, to me, Lane was too big of a risk.
Why?
He was a bigger risk than Mario.
Why was he a risk?
If that would have went south with what we had at the time, we'd be in a worse spot off now than what we are with Mario. I personally believe, that we're in a better place roster-wise and talent-wise than what we were 4 years ago. Okay. Now, we're not getting the results on the field.
But I believe. So, Rocky, let me ask you this. Why do you think it would have been a failure with Lane? I'm just asking, why do you think it would have been a failure? Like, what gives you the inkling to say it would have been a disaster?
Because there's no way to tell that, Coach. Because there's no way to tell what kind of support he would have gotten from the alumni, from the boosters. What kind of assurances he would have got. You're trying to compare apples to oranges. I mean, they brought Mario in here and basically opened up the treasure chest for him.
And we're in
There's
the
no
same
guarantee that they would have did the same thing with Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
No guarantee.
Fair enough. But at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. All that other stuff is window dressing. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's about wins and losses.
So let's take a look at wins and losses.
Okay.
Mario, 5-7. What do we go his next year? 8-4 or 7-5? 7-5.
7-5. 5-7. 7-5.
5-7. 7-5. 10-2. And now here we are at 6. And if we go 10-2 again, Coach, we're all pissed off about it because we should be better.
Mm-hmm.
But 10-2 is still 10-2, right?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That Rocky, don't you do this. Don't you come to me with this. Well, we won 10 games. No, sir. Please don't, Rocky.
No, I'm with you, Coach. I'm pissed off about it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I'm not the people in power pulling the strings.
No.
I don't know how they feel.
Okay, here we go. Great job. Let's do that. Let's go with Lane Kiffin. Right? Lane Kiffin, first college job was Tennessee. Everybody said that Lane Kiffin come to Miami, he gonna leave for an NFL job. Well, I think that train had literally gone. It was gone. He was not going back to the NFL, right? Lane to leave your program high and dry. Had you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Outside of Tennessee, he went to Tennessee. He stayed 1 year, went 7-6. 1 year, went 7-6, and left to go to where? USC.
USC.
For his what job? His dream job.
Okay. Yeah.
He went to USC, was 28-15. 28-15. And guess what happened? Just like Al Golden, he was lied to. They had sanctions and all. Still won 10 games and went to the Rose Bowl under sanctions.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves there, goes on with Alabama as the coordinator, right?
Right.
Revamps Alabama's offense from the ball control offense.
Gets his ass chewed by Nick Saban.
That's fine.
7 or 8 times a Saturday.
And guess what?
Go ahead.
But he still, you know what Nick Saban did that people can't deny? And one thing I know Lane Kiffin does, Nick Saban may not like him as a person, but I think he definitely respects him as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because he allowed Lane Kiffin to revamp his offense. Right? Nick Saban used to always have ball control offense. Name a quarterback since Lane Kiffin, before Lane Kiffin got there in the NFL that has done, that's still on a team. Now, it's been a while, but just even worth anything.
Wait, ask that question again.
I know I probably jacked it up. Name a quarterback from all of those winning programs Alabama had. The quarterback was worth anything in the league. And I'm not big on saying, well, look what they did in the league. And no, I'm just saying, where did they become in the league of anything?
Where did AJ McCarron go? Where did
name any of those guys? But you still got
Bryce Young,
Mark Ingram. No, but Bryce Young came when?
He's still there.
No, when did Bryce Young come? Way after. Before that, who was the very first one? Jalen Hurts, Tua.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Bryce Young. All of them come after. But he allowed them to revamp that offense. Fine. Mac Jones. Somebody said Mac Jones. That's well after Lane Kiffin came. I'm talking about before Lane Kiffin got there. McElroy. Isn't that name McElroy? Something?
Yeah, Greg McElroy. No, my thinking comes in.
All right. So now, Rocky.
All right, I'm gonna have to. All right.
He leaves there and goes where? To FAU. What does he do at FAU? What does he do? Wins 11 games. He went 5-7 the next year. Crap to be it. Then wins 11 games the third year.
Yeah.
Then
he
people
improved.
Hold on. You hear what people say? He will leave your program. Who would not leave FAU for Ole Miss? Who would not? Right?
Right. Nah, look, I don't dispute anything that you said.
Hold on, hear me out. Then, because everybody says he's going to leave your program in shambles. Then he goes to Ole Miss. He's 52-19 in 6 years. 52-19, a 73% winning percentage, and he's not even the top 3 teams in the conference.
Would you be happy with the Lane Kiffin coached Miami Hurricane football team that went 10-2 and 11-1 every year versus a Mario Cristobal head coach football team that went 10-2 and 11-1 every year?
Yes, because I think it'll be hella more exciting. However, me personally, I think we'll win the games in the ACC, to get us there. I think he will out-scheme them, outscore those guys. There's no way in the world with this program, with this team. Hold on, this team right here Because I want to go back. I want y'all to understand what I've just.
You can say that now, Coach.
No.
We have.
I know I can say it now, but
you couldn't say that.
That's not true.
All this was going. Whenever Mario
bull
was
crap.
Tired.
Bull crap. Bull crap. Because I've looked at the history. No, I'm looking at the history. Hold on now, Rocky. I'm looking at the history of the two guys. I'm looking at what one has done and what the other has done. And when I look at this, just follow me for it. You're gonna tell me if Lane Kiffin had a Carson Beck right now, we will only be scoring 24 points a game. We've only scored 40 points against a Bethune-Cookman, and the second half of Stanford got us to 42. And I ain't saying we got to score 40 every game.
I don't know what the situation would be with Lane Kiffin.
You want to know why I know? Beck? You want to know why I know? And here's what I know about a guy that adjusts. He had Matt Corral at Ole Miss. When Matt Corral left and a young Jackson Dart came in, you know what he did? He adjusted his offense and had 2 1,000-yard rushers and a young Quishon Judkins, and I forgot the other cat's name.
Okay, so he got more out of the personnel that he had.
That's my strength. Thank you.
And adjusted to the offense.
Thank you. So you're getting more with less. You're getting more with less. Hold on, let me finish my point, because now let's just look at this season. You start off with an Austin Simmons who gets hurt. You are 8-1 right now with a backup quarterback who ain't nobody ever heard of. Listen to this. The kid is literally Trinidad Chambliss is literally, I just named him, in the Heisman talks. I don't think he'll make it by no stretch. But in the Heisman talks, and he didn't even start the season. Listen to this. Trinidad Chambliss coming out of high school had 0 stars, NA for quarterback, NA in the state of Michigan. Wasn't even recruited. I don't know where he came from. He enrolls at Ferris State, Butler, Davenport. I ain't never heard that college. Dayton and Hope College. Those were his offers. Ferris State, Butler, Davenport, Dayton, and Hope. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. I'm just saying, the guy doing. Now, here's my next thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna ask this last question. Everybody said he leave your program in shambles.
That was the perception.
It was the perception. That was my DJ Khaled voice. He leave your program in shambles. Name one program he has ever been sanctioned for, and I'll beat you to it. He got a slap on the wrist when he was at Tennessee because he named a kid's name in a radio interview, and you're not supposed to do that. Like he said, "Oh yeah, man, I went to visit Rocky," and you're not supposed to do that. Name one sanction, NCAA sanction, that he has had. Hell, Jim Harbaugh been named under sanctions.
I can't think of one.
Okay, so
look, you're making all valid points. Okay, but what I would say back to you, Coach, is hindsight is always 20/20.
But I made these same arguments. Me and Wholesome, shout out to the Wholesome one. Wholesome wanted Mario, I wanted Lane. Me and Wholesome sat and made these same arguments 4 years ago. Everything that I've said to you today, I literally said 4 years ago, except what he had done at Ole Miss, because he had not done it yet.
Right.
Other than that,
there's no way. And then look, Coach, wait. For all the points you made, there's still no way to know what he would have done here over the past 4 years at the University of Miami.
Sir,
given the situation.
Nobody
no
knows.
To know that.
Sir, nobody knows. That's why I say you can always connect the dots going backwards, right? Nobody knows where the dots are going forward. You could be the best boyfriend in the world, but when you become a husband, you're a pure idiot. Your wife would never know that until she married you, but she can only look at your track record. When you go to court, Rocky, what's the first thing the judge does? when you get a ticket and you go to fight it? What's the first thing the judge is going to do?
No, I haven't been in the court a long time.
I know, but what is the first thing the judge do? Rocky goes stand up there, Your Honor, and they go talk to you. What is the first thing the judge is going to look at?
You tell me.
Your driving record. Your driving record.
Right.
If you got 35,000 tickets, you're not finna get out of this one. But like you said, you ain't been to court in a long time, Rocky. You know what they're gonna say? All right, sir, you know what? I see you got a clean driving record. You know what? Make sure you slow it down this time. We give you a chance. But if you go in there with 65 tickets back there, you finna get hammered with this one too. So you can only look at life going backwards, and that's what gives you what you see going forward. That doesn't mean it's always going to work that way, but that's how you have to gauge life. That's anything.
So what if we end up, and look, I'm with you probably on where this question is going to go. If we get past these next 4 games, I'm not saying we are, and we end up 10-2.
Okay.
What say you on Mario Cristobal at the end of that? If we win these next 4 games,
even if we lost a game or 2, I don't think we fire him, and I don't think he should be fired.
Oh no, I know we're not for now. He's not getting fired,
but I don't think he should be fired. You don't know why? Because we also made a 10-year contract. We got to eat. So we got skin in the game too. It's our fault. It's our fault. Now, if we had a 5-year contract, I may be speaking differently. I believe our administration got to pay the piper too. Y'all came up with a 10-year deal. You agreed to it. You get what you negotiate in life. And I ain't mad at Mario Cristobal. You made $80 million, dog. Salute to you, bro. Salute
and what
to
you think? And what you think now? Fast forward today, Jimmy Sexton would do with that with that negotiation. They're already doing it. I mean, Lane's jumping around, leveraging everything in the world to get more money out of Ole Miss now. That's happening now.
Exactly. Why not? That's what you should do. You get what you negotiate. You get what you negotiate. Kurt Signetti doing it.
If Mario Cristobal was fired tomorrow, who would you want to hire?
Lane Kiffin. I just told you. I went through an hour spiel.
Oh, wait. With everything that comes with it, at $25 million a year.
Where you get that number from?
Buyout.
Hold on, where you get $25 million a year? Where does that come from?
It's what's gonna happen. What do you think? What do you think he can get hired for? You think we're gonna hire him for the Manny Diaz $4 million a year? Hell no.
But what? $25 million, bro? 25. Kirby only making what? 11. You think we finna triple his pay? Double his pay?
Word is Florida offered him 18.
Okay.
We're gonna beat that.
We could. You know why I say, I'm seriously. You want to know why I say you could on a very serious note?
Sure.
If I offered you that much, I can't give you a long-term deal. I'll be honest. However, I'm gonna pull something real quick. Watch this. Do me a favor. I don't want to use Ohio State. Give me a team that won the conference last year. Give me a team that won the conference last year but didn't win the Natty. Who was the SEC conference champion?
Team that won the conference last year.
Who was the conference champion?
The national title.
Who was the conference champion of the SEC? They didn't win the Natty.
Georgia or Alabama, one of those two.
All right, let's go with Georgia. They public school.
Georgia. Yeah, Arizona State.
Okay. Oh, I should have used that one. Okay, listen to this. The Georgia Bulldogs football program has generated significant revenue with its overall value estimated at $1.92 billion. Now, this is AI stuff, so I'm not going to hold them to the exact numbers. Listen to this. But annual average revenue around $147 million, making it one of the most valuable in the nation. In 2023, the football program revenue was approximately $153 million, driven by sources like ticket sales, which was $36.7 million, contributions $62 million, media rights, $20 million, and licensing and sponsorship, $17 million. So
more of the story, the money's there.
Thank you. And that's my whole point. The question is, are you willing to spend money to make money? And the reason we've been in the bad shape we were in the past 25 years, because we weren't spending any money on coaches. Think about this. Manny Diaz was making what, $3 million? And we gave Mario a $5 million raise. And he's still in the top 12 coaches being paid.
Right.
So if you're winning, the cash is there. The cash is there. And again, the money is there. You just have to be willing to spend it, and you have to take that risk. And based on the history, a guy like Lane Kiffin that's in South Florida that like to throw the ball around the yard, bro, this shit'd be exciting as hell, Rocky. Bro, we wouldn't be worried about a damn JoJo Trader getting catches and touches. And see, when people are like, well, he likes to throw the ball, he don't run the ball. I just told you, he had 2 1,000-yard rushers. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up. Just Ebron, I see you back there, baby. I'm coming.
Ebron Father Times here?
Of course. Hold up. I want to see if I can find this because this is super interesting. Was that the 23 season? I think that was a 23 season. That was the... Nope. I apologize. 22 season. Listen to this.
I guess
hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Go ahead.
In 2022, since people say he don't run the ball, in 2022, Jackson Dart threw for 2,900 yards. Nothing exciting, but it was a young Jackson Dart. Quishon Judkins had 1,567 yards. The second running back, I guess that's Zach Evans. The hell is his name? Get this dude out of here. And what is his name? Yeah, Zach Evans. Zach Evans, the backup running back, had 936 yards. And the then the quarterback, Jackson Dart, had 614. Did you hear what I said? The starting running back had 1,500. The backup running back had 937. What does that mean? He knew to take it out of Jackson Dart's hand because he wasn't ready.
Right. And he's more diverse of a quote coach than what the perception was or is.
Correct. And that's the part that I'm saying. And you know what? I fell into that trap too, Rocky. I had to do my research. I'm like, bro, this dude, think about it, he's 70 yards. Your backup, bro, 1,000 yards is a milestone for a starter. When was the last time we had 1,000-yard running back, bro? When was the last time we had 1,000-yard running back in Miami? Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson been gone long enough, he's now put in the Hall of Fame. This dude had 2 dudes with literally, he didn't need 1,000. But the backup dude had 936 yards. Oye, ¿qué pasa, man?
Well, look, Juan Manuel just said it. Lane Kiffin has evolved, and all we can hope, coach, is that Mario Cristobal also evolves. Do I have hope that happens? Not really. He's the most stubborn human being on the planet.
Well, I think you do have hope. The question is, do you have hope? Yes.
Gotta have
do
hope.
you believe? Hold on. Do you hope it'll happen? Yes. But the question is, do you believe it'll happen, Rocky? That he'll evolve?
If I'm honest with myself, probably not. Because I'm the one that says that Dawson is just an extension. Everybody, oh, man, Dawson's got to go. And Dawson's an extension of Mario.
Oh, he said Martinez had 1,000 yards.
Wait. If Dawson's fired tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to just be another clone that takes his spot. And that's what sucks.
Yeah. Like,
it's pounding your head into a 7-foot thick steel wall and hoping the wall bends and breaks.
Shout out
and
to
it ain't gonna break.
Shout out. They said
It's gonna break
Martinez.
you.
They said Martinez had 1,000 yards last year.
Martinez, yeah, okay. Martinez had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that I think, and the dude's an asshole. Excuse my French.
Who's an asshole?
Lane Kiffin. He's a pure, bona fide. Bro, when the dude was at Tennessee and was waving like this, come on, dog. That's my hero.
You feel the way about Lane that I do about the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
Coach.
Who's the other guy?
Coach. I want to go break Indiana's contract and go get Kurt Signet.
Oh God, stop it.
That's how I feel about Kurt.
Really?
So I get it. Oh hell yeah.
Why?
I break the
What is it about Kurt Signet you like, bro? I would love to hear this.
His whole everything about the man, his demeanor, talk about asshole, times 200. Makes Lane Kiffin look like a choir boy. It just reminds me a lot of Jimmy.
I don't know.
Just his style.
We'll see though.
And he hasn't done anything either. I get it.
Exactly.
And he now, fast forward, present day, he's the risk, right? He's a risk.
He definitely, because I don't think he has enough. I don't think Kurt Signetti has enough time on task. This is I'm not doubting that he's not a good coach.
We shall see.
I'm not doubting. Listen, I'm not doubting that Kurt Signetti is not a good coach. I just don't have enough time on task with him as a coach to see a track record. I got 2 years of James Madison and 2 years now of Indiana, which he has done a phenomenal job.
Go Tigers. I'm not saying Kurt Signetti is going to leave IU. I'm saying if I was somebody I was going to break the bank on and try to get him to leave, it would be.
No, sir, I wouldn't. Here's why I say that. Everybody said that about Ed Ogeron. 2 years, he was fired. Gave him $17 million. Deal. Get up out of here, bro. I need to see some time on task, though. But man, let me get E. Brown on here so I can get off of here, man.
Get E. Brown in there, Coach. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Rocky. Much love, bro. Much love. I mean, it's no knock on Kurt Signetti whatsoever. No, I'm not knocking a Kurt Signetti by no stretch of the imagination. I thought he's done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. But I need to see what happens when them James Madison boys leave and how the recruiting looked in. Because see, James Madison in his own right is a powerhouse of that league. So it's not hard to recruit James Madison. I want to see what Kurt Signetti looked like when the James Madison wave goes out and he got to go get the new wave. That's just me. I'm not saying he's not doing a phenomenal job, but that's me. Y'all do me a favor, man. Put your hands together for the loquacious E. Brown. We're going to wrap this thing up tonight. Let me take this out and lock this deal.
The conference has been locked.
Good evening, Coach Rocky. University of Miami Hurricane fan.
And it's supposed to be a Coach Be Coach podcast, but some reason, somehow, y'all always turn this into a Miami Hurricane show, and I don't know how it does this. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, you know what? That's what I was going to ask the question. I go, is this a Colorado show or a Miami Hurricane show? I didn't want to,
it's
I
neither.
didn't want to go off script. I didn't want to go off script,
You see right there? Even put show topics up here. Heisman candidate, playoff, coach firings. You're gone too far, E. Brown. You're gone too far. And for somehow, we end up talking about Colorado and god dang on Miami. But anyway, go ahead.
Coach, let me ask you this question.
Sure, buddy.
Because I'm not going to get into the Lane Kiffin debate because Lane Kiffin and Mario Cristobal are the same. They're the same, okay? They're the same running record. All right, they're the same running record. And the reason you like Lane Kiffin is because you're like the beta guy who sees the pretty girl and you want to see pretty. You want to see pretty.
What?
I don't want to just see pretty. I want to see sustained belt the ass. I want to see sustained belt the ass, okay? Lane Kiffin is in the top 10 every year. And every year he ends up the last 3 games of the year losing out
and they become an absolute nothing.
Are they the
Okay,
top?
so
Are they? Hold on. Are they? I hear you, and you're not wrong. You're 100% accurate. My question to you is, why is that?
Well, the reason for that is because he doesn't have enough talent accumulated to sustain what he started out doing the first 7 games.
Thank you, sir.
That's why that is.
Thank you. So if you're telling me if he came to Miami in the ACC, he wouldn't accumulate enough talent in the ACC, with, as you know, and you correct me if I'm wrong, or if you don't believe this, that the top 3 programs in the ACC, year in and year out, regardless of their record, is going to be Miami, Florida State, Clemson. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
When it comes to recruiting, even when Manny Diaz was here, we can go back and look at Manny Diaz. Look at this. Listen, I'm going to go back. When was Manny Diaz here? 2019?
2019, 2018, 19, and 2020.
2019, Miami was number 4 in recruiting. 2018, right? Storm 18?
Yeah, I think he took over at 19. He took over at 19.
No, he didn't. Couldn't have.
Yeah, because Rick was here at 17 when we went 10. We won
okay.
10 games in 2017.
Look at this. Hold up. The top 3 schools every year. And let me do this, because I know you probably can't see it, since people want to say, I love y'all to death. But let's go do this. I said 10 years. I'm going to show y'all right now. Let me get myself little on the screen. Right? 2015 in the ACC. Miami, 1, 2, 3. Florida State, Clemson, Miami. That was in 15. 2016. The top 3, regardless of who the coach was. ACC. It's 2016 now. Florida State, Clemson, Miami. 2017. I ain't talking about the results. I'm talking about who's the top in recruiting. Florida State, Miami, Clemson. 2018. Bro, y'all make this too easy for coach, man. Sometimes you got to cook, baby.
Well,
hold on, I want to get this.
You clock sucker in me. Right?
Hold on, no, I'm not.
You clock sucker in me.
Excuse me. 2018. Clemson, Miami, Florida State. 2019. I just want to make sure we in the same page when we talk about the top 3 in this conference. 2019. Clemson, Florida State, Virginia Tech, Miami was 4. All right. Hold on. 2020, even the COVID year, an ugly COVID year. Guess what? Miami was 3rd. Clemson, North Carolina, Miami, then Florida State. I know. Just be patient with me, E. Brown. I'm sorry, I'm a little excited. The cane juice is biting.
No.
Hold up.
I mean,
Clemson.
You clock sucker in there.
Hold on.
Now, man. You know what a clock sucker is. Right?
I don't know what that is just yet, but I want to lay down the law. Clemson, Miami, North Carolina, then Florida State. Let's go 2022. This was the year Mario got hired. Well, really, it was the class of 23. Clemson, North Carolina, Miami. Let's go 2023. You notice, and in 10 years, Miami has not been in the top 3 but one time. I'm sorry, let me go to 2023. We are clearly into the Mario Cristobal era. Mario Cristobal was Miami number 1. Clemson, Florida State. Excuse me, let's go 24. We're almost there, E. Brown. Be patient.
I'm enjoying this, man.
2024, Miami, number 1 in the ACC. And now let's go 2025. Miami again, Florida State, Georgia Tech. So my point is, in the past 10 years in the ACC, I'm not talking about a natty. We have been ranked in the 10 years. How many coaches have we had in 10 years? We've had Mario, Manny, Mark Richt, Al Golden. That's 4 coaches, and we've been in the top 3 each year under 4 coaches. And you're going to tell me a guy like Lane Kiffin? Matter of fact, let's just go right here to the SEC and see where he was at in 2025. This dude was ranked 9th. Why? Because he fighting Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Auburn. Man, y'all stop playing with a real G. Talk to me, Ebron. I love you, dog. Let's go.
No, no. I mean, the reason why Miami is in the top with those recruits. Our players, the players who were coming into Miami, they were only here for like 2 years. 2 years, and they're either transferring or they're out from those classes. You got to put that into the equation.
I understand that.
You know, but what I'm saying is that, like, you brought up some valid points. It's a valid point, but I just think that Mario and Lane, or they have a similar or same acumen when it comes to coaching. They're either in the conversation for a national title for the first 6-7 games of the year, and then boom, all of a sudden the floor is pulled out, the rug is pulled out from under their feet, and they fall. Both of them, both teams, Ole Miss and Miami, in the last couple of years have gone through the same process with the expectations. But I'm gonna pose this question to you. I'm gonna pose this to you. What Florida State last year, they were a losing team. The head coach went out and got Gus Malzahn, who was a offensive-minded coach. He was also a head coach at UCF, and he brought him up to Florida State. And you know he brought him up there to Florida State with a lot of promises, correct?
Okay.
Now, this is my scenario. Listen, everybody's, you have a lot of people talking about fire Mario. That's not happening. So stop. Let's just stop that nonsense. Let's not even bring that into the equation, because they're not firing Mario. Okay, Mario's got about 2 or 3 more years before we even get to that point. So let's just stop talking about that. If Mario Cristobal, who's a CEO who knows how to build a football program, I say go out and get you an offensive coordinator that has a University of Miami mindset. And you know who I like? I like that guy up in Tampa at USF, Golich. What's his name? Golich.
Yeah.
If you go to that guy, you tell him, hey, look, I know you're a head coach at USF. You're not going anywhere with that team, okay? You come here to us, and in 2 years, I'm going to get out of the way, and you can take over the reign, but I need you to come here and build a powerhouse offense.
Oh, God.
Because
Stop it.
That guy has attitude, bro, with offense.
Listen, can I say something to you, Ebron? You said Mario Cristobal going to hire that guy, and he said in 2 years, who in the hell going to get out of the way when you're making $8 million a year? Every 2 weeks.
His contract will be coming to fruition, Coach. Think about it.
No, sir.
His contract will be coming to his end.
Sir, y'all living in a real fantasy land. Are you really thinking that Mario Cristobal?
No, but you're living in the fantasy land when you think Mario is going to get fired. People are saying, "Hey,
no, I agree. He's not getting fired." But you're also living in fantasy land if you think Mario Cristobal is going to give up a $302,000 every 2 week job. That's like hitting Fantasy 5 every 2 weeks for 10 years. Listen to what I just said to you. It's like going in the corner store, buying a Fantasy 5 lotto ticket, and you hit every 2 weeks for 10 years straight. Would you stop? Hold on. Would you stop? Would you stop going? Would you stop walking into that corner store buying a ticket? Hell no.
I get your point. But listen, in college football, in the NFL, in the coaching industry, I mean, you've been there. You got truth tellers and you got liars. Okay?
You got great
truth
pretenders.
Tellers and you got liars.
And great pretenders.
Exactly. They fall under the liar category. What's wrong with him telling this guy a lie? Just lie to him. Hey, listen, I'm going to leave. You come on. Listen, the guy, that guy at
Ebron,
USF,
slap yourself.
Come on.
Listen, hold on. You old enough to remember. Hold up. Do you remember what you just said is a slappable offense? But I'm going to treat you like the Mac. You remember what the Mac told him? What he told him to do to himself? What the Mac said?
I don't. Who's Mac? Who's that?
The movie, The Mac. What did he say? Instead of him sticking him, he told him, "Stick yourself, fool. Slap yourself if you think you're." Well, what's wrong with just lie to him? What? That's.
Come on, you've been in the profession. You think every conversation that takes place between a coach looking to hire somebody to benefit his football team, you don't think he's telling them a lie? You don't think he's telling them a lie to get in to come to this program?
Thank you, Reggie. He say, "Stick yourself, fool." That boy say,
do you not believe? Do you not think that that's not what? Listen, Dawson. People, you hear a lot of people. Well, Dawson, he needs to tell Mario, blah blah. When Dawson was hired by Mario, Dawson knew darn well that when he got here, he was going to have to run things the way Mario wants to run things. He knew that. Mario's not going to hire you and tell you, "Hey, I'm going to bring you on," just like he just said. What fantasy land am I living in? He's not going to bring anybody into the program and say, "Hey, you just take it over and do what you want to do." You need to have someone who has the mindset that we're going to have an offense that's gonna literally run the freaking score up on you if you got the talent. And I just think that the guy has that talent to do that. The guy in Tampa. I mean, that's just something. I just say, hey, what do you think about it? What do you think about that? It's you got to bring in. There's not an offensive coordinator I know in college football, in the college football world, and certainly not in the NFL who wanted to lead the NFL to come to the University of Miami. In the college football world, there's not an offensive coordinator who's going to leave their position and come here, fall under Mario's guidance and control, and run an offense that we're all going to be satisfied with.
All right, let me ask you a question. You're so enamored with Alex Golish's offense.
Yes.
Am I right?
I most certainly am.
Okay, not a problem. How long has he been an offensive coordinator?
Well, I don't know. Listen, I don't know his record. I don't know what he started out as. I don't know what coordinator positions he held before he became a head coach.
I'm gonna tell
you all
right
I
now.
got to say is what I've seen in the last 2-3 years that since he's been a head coach there at USF, they always been a formidable offense.
Okay.
They've been a formidable offense, and he's done that with so-called second-tier talent. He's done it with that type of talent. He put the fear of God in us this year because we were afraid that we were going to lose to that team. He beat University of Florida with that offense. That offense, he just didn't have the tools to wrap it around that guy who's quarterback, that big kid who's quarterbacking for them right now. He just didn't have the tools to wrap around him. If he had that offensive line that we have, the tools that we have, that guy would create a scheme that SMU wouldn't have stood a chance with us on the football field Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Because on Saturday we started out great. We did a toss sweep. We were throwing the ball vertically, and then JoJo bobbled the ball, interception, and then we started to go horizontal with our passing game, with those freaking wide receiver screens and running up the middle. We reverted back to what we normally seen that hadn't been working in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Golish, there's no doubt in my mind, Golish would have developed a scheme that we would have combated that.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. Quick question. For the past, from 2003 to 2019, listen to what I'm about to tell you. He was at Iowa State. I mean, he has never been a coordinator. He was a recruiting coordinator. He's been a tight end coach for the most part of his career. He went to UCF, and I want you to hear what I'm about to tell you. In 2020, he was the co-offensive coordinator and tight end coach. Who was the head coach in 2020 at UCF?
I think it was the guy who went to Nebraska. Wasn't the guy who went to Nebraska?
No, sir. The guy that came after him. He's at Tennessee right now.
Oh, Heisman.
He was there 1 year at UCF. 1 year. He goes to Tennessee. He becomes the offensive coordinator. Who called the plays at Tennessee? E. Brown?
Well,
hold on. Hear me out.
Quite frankly. Okay, go ahead.
No. Who calls the plays at Tennessee?
Heupel orchestrates and calls the plays for Tennessee.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I listen. I'm not gonna. That's just a mute point for me to argue that.
Okay.
Heupel is the offensive person who calls the plays and does that.
Okay.
But what has Heupel done for me lately?
But I'm gonna show
all
you.
That
no. This has nothing to do with. This has nothing to do with Heupel. Okay. What I'm telling you is, by title alone, doesn't mean you're the coordinator. The secret sauce behind what you're looking at right now, can I tell you? As I'm looking at this, the secret sauce behind this is Joel Gordon. Joel Gordon, because remember, I told you it's always 6 degrees of separation. All these coaches are tied to one another. I told you Alex Golesh was at Iowa State from 16 to 19 as the tight end coach, recruiting coordinator. Right? 16 to 19. Guess who was an offensive analyst at Iowa State from 16 and 17?
Iowa State?
At Iowa State. His current
could it have been the guy who used to be here at University of Miami?
No, sir. His current offensive coordinator at South Florida. In 2018, he became the quarterbacks coach. In 2019, this guy became the passing game coordinator and quarterback coach at Iowa State, where Golesh worked for all that time. Okay? Golesh leaves there and goes to UCF to be the co-OC. Why? Because this guy, Joel Gordon, was already the OC when Golesh was the tight end coach. So he basically was Golesh's boss. Golesh goes to Tennessee. I want people to be careful for what they ask for, and we got to do our research.
What's your point, though?
My point is,
you're rattling off pontification and vacillating and bloating.
And what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to educate him. I'm trying to educate you to say Alex Golesh ain't the offensive coordinator at USF. So you saying go hire Alex Golesh, he ain't the secret sauce. Is this dude right here who is also mixed in with another guy. I know you don't remember his name, but Cody Burns, who's also a co-offensive coordinator who was with the Saints. So what you see at UCF is not necessarily Alex Golesh. Alex Golesh ain't too different than Mario Cristobal, in my opinion.
Who brought those coaches in? Who brought those coaches in to give him?
Listen, now that's the question. Alex Golesh brought him in. So here's the question. Alex Golesh is only as good as his coordinators, just like I said when Mario Cristobal got hired. Remember I said this, he's going to have to what? Strike gold twice. You remember me saying that, E. Brown? We've been together a long time, bro. Am I right?
I remember you saying that.
And what has happened? Let's go back to Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney struck gold with Tony Elliott and Brett Venables, right? Twice, and they stayed with him. When they decided to get ambitious and venture off, things look a little different. Now, I know Go Tigers is in here, and he maybe can contest to this because he's a Clemson fan. Here's what I'm telling you. If Cristobal can find a coordinator that doesn't want to be a head coach at some point in life and keep him for 5, 6, 7 years, I think we have a great thing. But you're going to tell me a guy like Corey Heatherman, if he does well in the next year or two, he won't try to take that opportunity to be the head man? Of course. You're going to tell
Of course he's going to take that opportunity.
You're going to tell me
take that opportunity.
You're going to tell me that Shannon Dawson, if he was having a balled out season this year, they was already talking about him getting a Rice job last year. You're going to tell me he wouldn't have been a guy that would have been in the running for maybe that UAB job? or maybe the VTech job like Rhett Lashley was. Rhett Lashley left a losing team in Miami Hurricanes and became the head coach at SMU, but that's because he had worked there before. Come on, man.
But I mean, again, you're venturing off into Star Trek Lost in Space world.
Now
you're talking about things that are just totally insignificant to the thing I'm trying to portray here.
No.
I'm trying to portray.
Go ahead. I'm listening. No. I apologize. You were in the middle of a sentence. The cane juice is biting. I apologize.
I'm trying to see what needs to be done. If you were the head coach currently at the University of Miami, and you just had a deflating loss occur to you this past weekend, you got players on your football team who are vying for NFL positions in this upcoming draft. What would you address as the head coach? What would be the top five things that you will address that took place on the field last Saturday to inspire these guys to continue to play football for the rest of the year?
Mm-hmm.
What are the five things that you saw on the football field, that occurred on the football field last Saturday afternoon, that you would need to address immediately in order to keep this team focused so that they can continue to go through and possibly win the next 4 games?
So the first thing I would say,
what would you do?
I would tell you, first of all, this is not answering my question, but that's fine. First of all, first thing I would do, not just tell the players this is on me because I'm
Your question was a clock sucker. Your question was a clock sucker.
Okay.
Clock sucker is a guy. Clock sucker is the guy who walks around the office and you're busy trying to do your work. He walks into your office and he goes, "Hey, Ebron, you got a minute?" No, I ain't got a freaking minute with you. I don't have a minute with you. Keep moving.
Right.
That's a clock sucker.
Okay. I don't want to be a clock
sucker, a time burglar.
Are you saying a clock? Hold on. Are you saying
Hold on,
Ebron. Are you saying a clock like CLOCK, clock sucker?
Clock sucker, not the other one. Clock, CLOCK.
That's what I said.
Clock sucker.
Okay, like somebody who sucks time.
Office,
I got you. Okay.
You
Here's my first question. The first thing, I love you asked this question, and this is right off the cuff. But right off the cuff, not only would I tell the players the loss is on me, this is where a lot of coaches miss it. They don't tell them why it's on them. I would tell the players, the very first thing I would address, if this is me, and this is literally off the cuff and the cane juice team, this is on me, and here is why. The false start penalties are on me because I have not found out why we're false starting. Now, let me just put a pin in that. For me, I said this on the other show, I feel that we're false starting because there's a disconnect in our cadence. There are some words in there that are misleading. There are some words in our cadence, I guarantee, that sound totally different in the football office, but on the football field, they sound very similar. Right?
Correct.
I brought this up. The word dose and go in the office sound totally different. Right? Hey, we're going to call this play dose, and our cadence is on go. But on a football field, with a mouthpiece, the band playing the cheer, watch this. Dose! Sounds like goes. Right?
That's correct. I mean, you.
Watch this. Hold on. Watch this.
That's one
Ready.
thing. You're boring me to death.
You asked me a question.
I know 18-year-old.
No, because you asked me a question.
You were standing before me.
Sir, you asked me a question, and I'm trying to answer it, but I'm also trying to give explanation to the listeners of what I'm saying. So I know you're older and your time, you're clock sucking life right now because your time is limited on this earth because you're 179 years old. but allow me to explain, sir. That would be the first thing I would do. I was giving an example to say the loss is on me, and I need to tell you why. I need to tell you why. Because it's my responsibility and the staff responsibility to put you in the best situation possible. You said name 5 things. That's one. The second thing is we need to get the best players on the football field. I need y'all to help me because this is what's expected. Yada, 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 yada. Third thing, as coaches, I don't care what time you call us, you need to set up a time where we can go through the film and study the tape, whether it's our film and the opponent's film. We got to get better on that. We got to get better with our play recognition. We got to get better with understanding the nuances of this game as we're now into week, 9, 10, or whatever it is. Is that 3 or 4?
That's 3.
Okay. The fourth thing, I need to get somebody upstairs that matters, not an analyst. I want to get none of our coaches are upstairs. None. Not one of them is upstairs. So when I'm talking to a guy upstairs, I want a guy upstairs to feel like he could say something to me and not be scared because he don't want to lose his job. But we on the same page. We're on the same rank, if that makes sense. The dude that's up there busting zits across his face, squirting acne on the doggone window, is not going to challenge you because you are his what? You are his superior. You are his subordinate. So he's not going to push you. He's just going to talk to you. Hey, coach, they lining up in a 3-by-1, coach. Yeah, that's a great call you just made there, coach. And then as soon as you cut the headset off, that stupid shit ain't going to work. And the very last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what my players like, and I'm going to maximize that. We got 3 games left. Bro, if you JoJo and you like to run slants, well, damn it, we're going to be slanted out. Whatever you like to do, that's what we're going to do. We ain't going to do it 100%, but you get where I'm going. The players have to feel some ownership of what's being called as well. Come on now. Shout out to Reggie for the $5 real quick. Reggie, didn't Miami spend the time during the bye changing their calls and signals?
Exactly.
In fear that former players and coaches would know them. Again, just because you change them doesn't mean you don't have flaws in them. I'm not saying that they didn't do that. But the problem is not knowing what other people know. The problem is that our big asses keep jumping off sides. And it's not just old linemen. It's Lofton is doing it. 87 has done it. The running back has done it. So, yes, they did. Thank you for the $5, Reggie. But, yes, they did change it. But that's not stopping or nullifying the fact that there's some disconnect that's causing our players to jump. There's something in there, whether it's Beck, the inflection in Beck's voice, whether he's not saying it loud enough, whether I don't know because I'm not there. I'm only speculating all of this because I don't hear the cadence. But there's something wrong. Think about it. Beck is like this and our dudes jump. Why? Why do they jump? Why does Markel Bell jump? Why does the tight end jump? Why does Lofton twitch? What is being said that's creating that disconnect?
Well,
and hold on. And if you're worried about the other team, now if you're worried about the other team, oh, well, they're mimicking our, well, damn it, don't do no call. Just one clap. Let's go. Because they're killing us with it. Even though it's illegal, they're killing us.
Okay. Listen, I hear what you're saying.
Hold on. Was that good enough? Was that good enough for you? That was 5 good things off the cane juice, off the dome.
Those are 5 things that you addressed. But some of the things that you addressed, I feel as though they should have been addressed 4 or 5 games ago when it was happening on a.
Well, they haven't been. Basis. You asked now, me, E. Brown. You asked me.
Yeah, I know. I just said it. They were legitimate. They were legitimate points you made. Legitimate. I'm gonna place some legitimacy on it. But I would have. This is what I would have addressed. The first thing I would have addressed is the frustration that I've seen from the quarterback, the punter, the coaches on the sideline. I would address that first.
What do you mean? Explain.
I would have. Okay. The team was so frustrated on Saturday that you even saw the punter when he kicked that punt and they didn't down the ball at the 10 to 5 yard line. They let it roll into the end zone, which would have been a great punt, 73 yards, and we would have had them down near their own end zone. But we let it roll into the end zone to get them out from, get them good yardage out from the after the punt. That's number one. The punter became frustrated. The quarterback, that kid was frustrated the entire game. He was frustrated the entire game, especially after the interception took place. He was frustrated. Being on the sideline, you had the 2 coaches, even though they've given excuses about or they're giving their take on what happened on the sideline, those kids actually saw that. They saw that. Mm-hmm. And if you see the 2 people who will have probably the most authority on your team going at it on the sideline, displaying that type of behavior when you told them not to display that type of behavior, it goes over into the field and it plays. I would have addressed that.
So hold on, really quick. I apologize for interrupting, but I have to add. I think Shannon Dawson's explanation of that interaction, I believe it was accurate. I believe it was accurate. And the reason, because he made a very valid point. He said, if I was talking to Mario Cristobal like that, Mario Cristobal would not have responded the way he did. Mario Cristobal patted him on the shoulder, like saying, hey, it's okay, dog. We good.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. But people try to make it like they was going back and forth. It was really like Shannon Dawson is saying, man, we called this and this ain't what it was. And it looks like Mario Cristobal was, for lack of better terms, comforting the situation, saying like, hey, bro, it's good. We got it.
Yes.
Would you agree with that, or do you disagree with that take on it?
I agree with that. I agree with that from what you're saying. But when those kids saw it initially, and then when they go directly to social media right after doing the game or right after the game, they're hearing that they are upset with each other on the sideline. Am I right or wrong? That's what they're hearing. That's what they're perceiving. That's their perception initially, until they get the skinny from the coaches of actually what happened.
Okay, I'll let you roll with it. But
that's what I do. The next thing I would have to do, we keep asking every week, why this offensive line, the offensive lineman, every offensive lineman on the team committed a penalty on Saturday. Every last one of it. Even the person who comes in and relieves them, he committed one. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is that is stemming from that I can't address my buddy because my buddy is on the team and my buddy is coaching that segment of the football team, and I don't want to upset my buddy. Think about it. Al Golden with D'Onofrio, Mark Richt with his son. Now we got Mario with this offensive line coach who I think this guy sucks.
No.
Okay? I think he freaking sucks. Okay. If you have this offensive line where the guy Bell committed 3 freaking penalties in the game, in the football game.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that guy still on the field? Why is he still on the field?
Okay, I'm listening.
He committed 3 penalties, and each one of his penalties cost us dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the one where Beck was scrambling. He scrambled, looking for it, and he throws it downfield. We get a good completion. Bell is 15 yards down the freaking field.
That's not fair though, dog. Like, see, to me,
No,
you know
man.
you know why that's not fair? You see Bell scramble that way. He's coming back. You're blocking. I'm not mad at that penalty, dog. Like, because if Beck would have ran, you'd be like, why he ain't blocking? To me, that's an unfair, but you're entitled to your opinion, but go ahead.
He has to remain within that 2 to 3 yard.
Not when he running.
When the quarterback's scrambling, he's scrambling and looking downfield.
Because you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, bro. When you looked over there, he was there, right? You saw Beck take off. Then you see Beck coming back your way. That's a tough call. But anyway, go ahead. Please proceed. I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah, for Juan Emmanuel, Bell committed 3 fouls. He committed 2 illegal procedure penalties and committed the penalty by going downfield. That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
He committed 3. Then he whiffed on a couple of blocks. He fell down to the ground on a couple of blocks that prevented the running back from getting the first down.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that guy still on the field? Because Mario can't address his friend the way he needs to address his friend about that offensive line. Those guys have been the albatross around the team's neck the entire freaking year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still committing penalties. The majority of the penalties committed Saturday can be attributed to the offensive line. The majority of the penalties we had Saturday could be attributed to the offensive line. And those same guys are still on the field. They get to commit penalties and stay on the field because they why? It puts somebody else in the game. Let them make a mistake. Let them learn. Let them get some series in so they can learn how to play. But I'm sick and tired of watching these guys commit penalties. We have the center. He's getting blown up every play. Beck can't even step into the passes and throw a good, decent pass because the nose guard, the guy in the middle is right on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still giving this guy Mirabal credit for being a top-notch offensive line coach. He sucks. Let's call it the way it is. You cannot, if you're going to be the head of anything, you got to be able to call out inconsistencies and bad whatever when it needs to be called out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to do it. That's number 3. The other thing I want you saw those guys. You saw some of the guys on that when Beck threw that interception in overtime. Our defense literally gave up and let this team run 25 yards in for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mentality that they have right now. What am I going to say to them to inspire them to continue to want to play? There's no opportunity. They think that there's no opportunity for championship, ACC, or playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I go out there, risk getting myself injured, risk extending myself when we're not playing for anything?
Mm-hmm.
What can you say to those 18, 19, 20-year-olds that will keep them focused and want to continue to play? That's what I was looking for.
So here's what I'll say to you, Ibrahim. I was actually going through the play-by-play right now, every penalty. Mark Bell had 2 false starts. Listen to the kind of penalties you have. Bell has 2 false starts. Brockmeyer has an illegal snap. What does that mean? Where he twitched the ball. Malachi Tony had an offensive pass interference. Maui Noah had one holding call. Cooper had one holding call and a false start. Pancake Honcho had a false start. And McCoy had an illegal man downfield. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5, in essence, false start penalties. The illegal snap is still technically under the false start category because you twitched the ball. That's 25 yards just in false start penalties. 25 yards in just false start penalties. I guess my question is, when is somebody going to say, why are you false starting? Because the O-line ain't looking at the ball. Ain't like D-line, we look at the ball, wait for the ball to be snapped. Whatever. There's a disconnect in the communication. I don't care if the defense is mimicking the cadence. So what? Because apparently, Red Lashley even put a tweet out and said, well, if we was doing something illegal, they didn't call a penalty. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, you were correct.
So we have to do what? You thought, I might imagine the Revolutionary War, when we out there fighting in the line and they got guerrilla warfare? They hanging out of trees shooting us. Lam, 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 lam. And we talking about, well, we followed the rules. No. What do? You can't worry about if somebody else is going to call it. Hey, they're not calling it. Well, guess what, bro? We got to change something, but we don't have to worry about it. Going first now, going whatever. There you go, Reggie. Go on a silent snap. At least with a clap, even when you clap your hands, defense can't mimic a clap because they see them now. I highly disagree with that. When they say, oh, defensive guys clap their hands and mimic. That's not my fault. Y'all used to say down said hut. We can't even say hut on defense. Every time y'all change something, we got to change something. That ain't fair. Because on defense, we clap too to get somebody's attention. Now they take that out. But anyway, we got to follow the rules.
Those are the issues, man. If I hear another, we just need to go to work, brother. If I need to hear that crap one more time,
I told y'all that, though.
I think I'm going to.
That's what you're going to get. As a man, you got to stand up and you got to pull your pants up and you got to grind and you got to keep working. Well, guess what? You have to work smarter and more efficiently. That's the problem. I don't think we're being efficient. That's just my opinion. We're not being efficient.
Hey, listen. I mean, if I'm not going to mince words because I think that our problem is that mirrorball guy. I think that's the problem because Mario can't yell and scream at his butt the way he wants to because that's his buddy. He's not going to do it. He can't even run the score up on an opposing coach who he has a friendship with.
Why not?
He's not going to yell at. He's not going to yell at his buddy who's coaching the offensive line, who everybody proclaims is the best offensive line in the country. He's not going to yell at.
So here's my question.
He's not going to get into it and find out. Hey, listen, if you can't get these guys in order, I'm going to get rid of you and I'll find somebody to coach my offensive line. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, just think about it. 7 games into the season, the most disappointing part of the football team this year has been our offensive line. The mainstay, the most prominent positions on our team this year, who we thought were going to play a pivotal part in just dominating the football game. Mm-hmm. They are the ones who have cost us and cost us and cost us and cost us. And there's only one common denominator to it, is that They have an offensive line coach who doesn't know what the freak he's doing because he's trash. He's trash.
It's a little tough.
You got to address that. You got to address the favoritism stuff that goes on the football team. If you're not addressing the favoritism with these youngsters, and they see that you are favoring certain aspects of the football team, it's just going to cause problems. I mean, like I said, you were successful at coaching. Okay, you got into it. You were successful at it. You saw it. You see it. So you got to address it. You got to address it. You got to get that guy Mirabal out of your system. You got to get Dawson out of your system. You got to get those people out of your system.
But they're
killing the football team.
Okay, let me go back to you, Brown, for a quick second. I'm gonna wrap this deal. That's back to what I was saying about the CEO dude. Constantly gonna have a revolving door. Because when coaches are good, they're leaving because they're ambitious. When coaches are bad, you have to fire them. When coaches are mediocre, it becomes the death of your program. So you have to fire them, right? You can't even afford a mediocre defense or an offense because mediocre is not good enough. It makes your program stagnant. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all these things but when it's your system, back to what I asked, I think Rocky, name somebody that was a CEO coach in the past 10 years.
You asked that question earlier. I mean, I don't know, CEO coach. What is your?
So when I say CEO coach, I call a CEO coach being a guy that does not specialize. He's not an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. He oversees, like Mario Cristobal. He was never an OC, so he doesn't technically have his own offense. He may know what he wants to do from a philosophical standpoint. I want to be 60-40 on the run, but he doesn't have his own call sheet. You get where I'm going with that?
Okay.
But when you look at guys like a Josh Heupel, that's his offense. When you look at Ryan Day, that's his offense. When you look at Nick Saban, that's his defense. When you look at Kirby Smart, that's his defense. When you look at Lincoln Riley, that's his offense. Even though he's the OC, the head coach, and he has an OC, he's clearly calling the plays.
But I don't think you've had a CEO coach in the history of the game.
Oh, of course you have. Ed Orgeron. Ed Orgeron was a defensive coordinator. He had two good coordinators, Aranda and what's my man's name? Joe Brady. Wasn't that his name, Joe Brady? And they had good talent. Listen, your boy, Urban Meyer, was a great CEO coach. He knew how to manage people extremely well, right?
Well, he was a good offensive mind, though.
No, not necessarily. He understands the game, but Urban Meyer never called no plays now. Don't get it twisted. We can go through. Urban Meyer was never an OC. Urban Meyer was a DB coach in high school, a GA at Ohio State, outside linebacker at Illinois, the quarterback coach at Illinois State. How you went from outside linebacker coach 1 year for Illinois State to the next year, you the quarterback wide receiver coach. When the Colorado State is a wide receiver coach, when the Notre Dame is a wide receiver coach, and then became the head coach at Bowling Green, Utah, Florida, Ohio State, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is clearly the definition, in my opinion, of a CEO coach, a guy that knows how to manage people. Never was an OC, meaning a play caller. I'm not saying he doesn't know football. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm talking about a guy that oversaw the game. Ed Orgeron, the same way.
Would you include building a program and starting stockpiling a program to be competitive for years on end? Would that be a CEO coach or?
I just call them CEOs because what I'm saying is they're not a play caller. That's just my terminology. We could call them something else if you want. I just call them CEO coaches because it's just easier than saying, yeah, he's a coach that was never an offensive coordinator and didn't call plays. That doesn't make you a bad coach. It's no different than a game changer versus a game manager. These are game manager coaches. How about that? Versus a play caller coach. Like Ed Orgeron. He was a D-line coach at Miami, linebacker coach, D-line at Syracuse, D-line at USC, became the head coach at Ole Miss. Crap the bed. D-line coach at New Orleans Saints, D-line coach at Tennessee, D-line coach at USC, then became the interim head coach, and then the D-line coach at LSU under the Mad Hatter. What was his name that went to Kansas with the hat on? Les Miles. Les Miles. And then became the head coach. That's it. CEO. And he arguably gonna have one of the best teams of all time, 2019. Look at this dude. Associated Press Coach of the Year, Home Depot Coach of the Year, Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year, the George Munger Award, the Paul Bear Bryant Award, the SEC Coach of the Year. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying. And 2 years later, he's fired. 2 years later, they walk him out of LSU. Man, get your stuff and get out of here, man. But why? Because Dave Aranda took the job at Baylor. Right?
Okay.
I'm just saying. Let's go back. Dave Aranda. He was the associate head coach, the defensive coordinator, linebacker coach at LSU when they won it. The next year, his ambition took over, and what did he do? He left Ed Orgeron and became the head coach in 2020 at Baylor. He's not doing a great job, but he's ambitious. If he probably stays and Joe Brady stays, let's go back to Joe Brady. Joe Brady in 2019 was at LSU. The next year he left and became the offensive coordinator at the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
James Franklin, CEO coach. There you go.
Okay. Listen, I was under the impression that a CEO is the person who will take a fledgling and not winning football team, build that program to the point where he has stockpiled enough talent to keep the winning going on and on and on.
I call it CEO. I call it CEO because when you think about a game day, you think about it from a program. It's a term that's used on game day because what is he doing on game day? What does Mario Cristobal do on game day? He oversees. That's it. He ain't calling no plays. He's in charge of timeouts and getting people motivated. What other than that, what is he doing? I mean, he's doing other things, but you get where I'm going? When you look at Josh Heupel and you look at Mario Cristobal on game day, it's a total different job description.
But you know, the thing about it is, as a head coach, you shouldn't expect your head coach to be doing all those things. That's why he surrounds himself with competent people who he can delegate those things to.
But sir, that's not how it works because guess what? You see it in the NFL. Mike McDaniel, as bad as it was for the Miami Dolphins, he called his own plays. He don't leave it to nobody else. If the ship is going to sink, it's because I put a hole in the damn boat. I'm just saying. Am I right or wrong?
I got you. No, you're right. You're right. You're definitely going to look out for your.
And this is also, but this is why you typically see coaches get hired to be head coach because the natural progression: position coach, coordinator, head coach. right?
But you see your point you just made. You said that if my ship is going to sink, I'm going to put the holes in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm telling you. Coach Cristobal, who I think has done a great job with building this football team, because if we want to criticize Cristobal and call him crap and so on and so forth, hey, have at it. But I darn sure don't want to go back to 4 or 5 years ago when we were wondering if we were going to beat the Middle Tennessee Rockets.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't want to go back to that.
But I also don't want to be Oklahoma State. I don't want to be the Miami Hurricanes. I do not want to be Vanderbilt, dog. I don't want to be Oklahoma State. I don't want to be we're the Hurricanes, bro. And I just showed you we're the top 3 every year in our conference, and we can't get to the dance, E. Brown. Listen to what I'm telling you. E. Brown.
Coach, we haven't been to Miami Hurricanes since 2002.
Sir, I'm not asking about back in the day. I am talking about since in the past 4 years. We're about to see everybody else running a race, and they're about to surpass us. Virginia is projected to be in there, and Tony Elliott got the job the same time as Mario Cristobal. Nowhere in the world Virginia has the same amount of talent or has accrued the same amount of talent that we have in the past 4 years span.
Well, that's true.
Hold on. Brent Key came to Georgia Tech a year after Mario Cristobal did. You can't tell me that Brent Key has accrued the kind of – you never heard me yell Georgia Tech name one time in that 10-year window. Not one time. Now, you're going to tell me that. Last year, SMU was at the dance. The year before that, they were a G5 program. G5, group of 5, and made it to the dance. We only looking through the window. You can't tell me in 20 years we can't find a way to get there. And in these past 4 years, this gentleman has had more resources, opportunities, talent than any other coach previous to him. Come on,
I'm not gonna defend his record, his win-loss record. I'm not gonna defend that, but that's just unacceptable. What I'm talking about is that the University of Miami football team has been synonymous with the top 10 rating in the college football polls for the last 3 years. Georgia Tech hasn't been in that. Virginia hasn't been in that. They haven't even gotten past the position of number 15 until Georgia Tech did it this year to get to number 8. And when they did get there, what happened? They get beat. Now they're out of there. Okay. That's just it. I mean, we could look at it from that standpoint. Oh, they got an opportunity to go to the dance. They got an opportunity to do that. But the University of Miami has been ranked as high as number 2 and considered number 1 in the last 2 years. They've been in that picture.
And again, hear what I'm about to tell you. I said the past 10 years, so that's 2015. In the past 10 years, I'll even go back a little bit before that. Let's go to 2010, Virginia Tech. Fine. 2011. Remember, what are the 3 teams I told you have been in the top? And I clearly showed you these 3 teams are in the top in recruiting within just our conference. Who were they? What are the 3 teams?
It's been either Clemson, Miami, or Florida State.
Thank you, sir. We're the only one that have not met it. In 2010, Virginia Tech. 11, Clemson. 12, Florida State. 13, Florida State. 14, Florida State. 15, Clemson. 16, Clemson. 17, Clemson. 18, Clemson. 19, Clemson. 20, Clemson. 21, Pittsburgh. What the 22 Clemson, 23 Florida State, 24 Clemson. We have been 1, 2, 3. They have been 1, 2, 3. Clemson has been 1, 2, 3. It's been a mix of those three, and we could never break. We can't get to the dance. I ain't even asking us to win it. It's literally been a.
But
Clemson.
We got to the ACC game
one time
when Rick was coach.
Sir, okay. Mind you, I only showed you who won it. I ain't tell you. Yeah. I ain't disappoint you by telling you who showed up in it.
What happened to your chair, man?
I went down,
Did
man.
You go to the floor?
Yeah. I had to let my chair down or something, man. I'm ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah,
I got a little low. I had to get low on them like Flow Rider.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
I forgot I was live. I ain't gonna lie to you. The cage was biting. I forgot I was live. I had to set the chair down. I thought we were just on the phone talking. But anyway, my bad, dog. Hey, you called me out. Hey, let me fix my chair. I forgot that we was live.
I thought wrong with you.
I thought the show was over. We just start chopping it up. Because, you be jacked up here, man, to get the camera angle. I forgot I was live, bro. You done got me fired up about these damn championships, man. You done set. Hey, what Marion Barry say? Man, that bitch done set me up. Man, you done set me up. You shout out, you, bro. I forgot I was live, dog. Hold on.
I saw you go down, man. I didn't know whether you were.
I forgot I was live. I was just
getting comfortable. What's wrong with you?
I was getting comfortable, man. All right, here we go. Hold up. Here we go. Hold on. I'm finna tighten you up right now, Ebron, and I'm finna get out of here. I gotta go. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go 10 years, I said. You ready? You tell me when any of these opponents was ranked higher than us recruiting. I'm going to go from 2010.
Virginia, what are you looking at? I mean, what are you going to recite to me? I mean,
I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen. I apologize. That's my fault. I forgot I was live. Here we go. Let me get out your way. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is what I'm looking at right here. 2010, Florida State, Virginia Tech. Listen, I want you to tell me the team that's had more talent than us. Clemson won it, they played Virginia Tech. Florida State won it, they played Georgia Tech. Florida State won it, they played Duke. Florida State won it, they played Georgia Tech again. Clemson won it, they played North Carolina. Clemson won it, they played Virginia Tech. This 2017, Clemson won it, they played Miami. Clemson won it, they played Pittsburgh. Clemson won it, they played Virginia. Bro, Notre Dame was in it for the thing, but Clemson ended up winning it. Wake Forest and Pittsburgh. Clemson won it, North Carolina. You notice how many times North Carolina been there? How many times Pittsburgh been there? How many times Virginia Tech's been there? Florida State won it, Louisville, and then SMU and Clemson. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. We got to stop. We got to stop this.
Listen. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I agree with the frustration with the football team for not being able to sustain winning after the 6 and 7 game of the year every freaking year. You get tired of it. But when we see the things that are contributing to the downfall of the football team and it's not being addressed, then you got to call it out, because that offensive line and that offense coordinator, they're killing the football team. They're killing the recruits who may want to come in here and play. They're killing the football. They're killing it, man. And we're letting this little short coach coaching the offensive line. He's getting away with freaking murder. He's just getting away with it, man.
Well, here's what I'll say, right? Real quick. Crazy Kane said Clemson was stat back then. Yeah, they were, but we still was cleaning up. I ain't saying we should have won it, but at least go to the dance. I know we may not leave with Holly Berry, but we damn sure could have walked out with a Precious. That's all I'm saying. Hey, listen, Precious need love too.
Oh, God.
Am I lying? Listen, we can't walk out with Precious because we can't even get in the dance. That's all. Man, listen, real quick. I'm going to say this, Ebron. You hold tight, hold tight.
Sure.
Man, this was great. Coach Me Coach podcast. I know we was off topic, but I be lying to you. I like to have fun. I'm going to have the topics. We're going to talk about it. It's always going to go left. But y'all hold tight. We may be giving away 2 tickets to Syracuse. Mañana. Hold tight. I got to see what I could do. I got to break a couple piggy banks so y'all could do it, man. Y'all know I only ask for 2 things. Be present and call in when your number's called. That's it. Very simple, not hard. All right. My man had a good time. Hopefully he send me pictures of him at the game. You know what I'm saying? People get something free. They don't even holler at you no more. But you know how that go, Ebron. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. We're literally almost 200 subscribers away from 45,000. 45,000 subscribers, man. Come on, y'all. Go ahead and hit the button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we about to be up out of here.
Is that Doug, man? Is that Doug just chiming in? Come on, Doug.
Yeah, he a hater. He a hater. Talking about rig. But guess what, dog? If you send me that check like you said you was, I'll rig it for you, dog. Trust me. Hey, if the cash right, Hayes there every night. That's all I'm trying to tell you. We out here. Coach Me Coach podcast. Peace.